As Al Luganville says, about to wake up in the WAC conference.
Another perfect regular season for Miami, their third since 1986. For Craig James, Sean McDonough, so long. Let's send you to Hawaii.
Thank you, Sean. This is Steve Physiok along with Gary Danielson, and Notre Dame has a 7-0 lead on Hawaii on Rodney Culver's 3-yard touchdown run. Saying hello to ESPN, the first ever meeting between the Rainbows of Hawaii and the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Troy Ridgely has just recovered a fumble by Michael Carter when he was trying to make the exchange to the fullback, and Ridgely jumped in there and eliminated all that. Well, there's Culver. He has the touchdown, his second, and he is the captain of this football team.
Yes, a very short run set up by a 2nd and 21, almost picked up a 20-yard pass by Rick Meyer to Tony Smith. That really was the key play in that drive. And Notre Dame has been running the ball inside, which is Hawaii's biggest fear in this football game.
On 2nd and 9, Meyer throws and has his man complete for a first down. Boy, they have been tough to bring down. It's Lake Dawson making the catch. Let's take a look at how it became 7-0 on the sweep when it looked like Jerome Bettis hurt himself.
Yeah, Jerome Bettis was big in this drive, but this time he's going to be a blocker for Rodney Culver, his soulmate from Detroit right there, the pair of them. It looks like he gets hit by a few guys trying to stick their helmet in his buddy, and that was a 7-point lead for Notre Dame, and they've got it back again on the 26-yard line.
They went 83 yards after Tom Carter's second interception of this game. Culver capped it off. The Irish on the move again at the 25-yard line. And they give it to Rodney Culver. And this time, the entire right side of the wide defense is there. Tanavasa and Manley Williams leading the way.
Yeah, Tanavasa and Manley Williams are quick enough to get off those blocks from those deep I formation isolation plays. Notre Dame has been successful with the option and handing the ball to the fullback on the first phase of the option play. When you have a fullback like Bettis, but Bettis is also a great blocker. This time he's going to try to spring Culver loose, but you could see the offensive line was not able to hold their blocks for that long of a period of time.
On 2nd and 10, the quick pass again to Lake Dawson. He breaks a couple of tackles, and he's past the 15-yard line. Check it, Tony Smith with his 3rd catch of the day.
Well, this is that middle screen that Rocket made famous a year ago. First saw it against Pitt. This time, Joe Sardo, number 21, reads the play. It should make the play. You see number 21 going across it. He has a clean hit on Lake Dawson right here, but Dawson makes a miss, and that's very good athleticism by the wide receivers from Notre Dame. Still, you know, after a whole season playing in the shadow of Rocket Ismail.
Isn't he?
And he cast
Rocket
a big...
could have been playing this year. It's first down. Meyer options. Tony Brooks, 10-yard line, 5. He will score the touchdown. A 13-yard run by senior Tony Brooks.
Yeah, but let's also salute Ray Griggs and William Pollard, the 2 wide receivers, number 82 and 14. Good mechanics. They're going to fake the ball to Bettis up the middle. And then a very nice pitch. And now you're to the outside. But number 14 Griggs and number 82 Pollard are the 2 men that stay in front of the defensive back's face. And that allows Culver to turn up and get into the end zone. Very good execution on the option.
And Rob Leonard is perfect for the 2nd time tonight to give Notre Dame a 14-0 lead over the Hawaii Rainbows.
You're looking for the best price on the best-selling small pickup in America. You're looking for a Ford Ranger at Mullinax Ford. You'll find over 350 Rangers to choose from, and at Mullinax Ford, you can buy a brand new 92 Ranger for less than a 91. This 92 Ranger XLT is just $8,500, and it's not a stripped-down model either. You get all this equipment for the exact price of $8,500. No dealer prep or other hidden charges. Just add tax and a license plate and drive it home. From Mullinax Ford, East in Wickliffe, West in Amherst, your regional Ford dealer.
Murray's Discount Auto Stores present the Fall Supermarket of Values. Right now, Sylvania halogen headlamps are on sale at all Murray stores. Install Sylvania halogens now for safer driving during the dark winter days ahead. All Sylvania halogen headlamps are on sale starting from only $4.99 at all Murray stores. So for Sylvania halogen headlamps, come to Murray's, where you find more parts, low prices, and great values every day. Murray's Discount Auto Stores at these Cleveland locations. If it's on your car, it's in our store.
crying. Sunday night, big out ESPN.
Big Out, Sunday Night NFL on ESPN.
America, let's big out ESPN.
Notre Dame with a 14-0 lead. Tony Brooks with his 4th touchdown of the year. And he is a smiling guy. A 13-yard run. A minute and a half left. And one thing Hawaii was saying is we cannot turn the ball over. 2 interceptions, 1 fumble, and it's 14-0 because of 2 of those miscues.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Hawaii this year is 4-0 when they win the turnover battle. And in the last 4 years, they're 16-0 when they win it. So it doesn't bode well when they lose the turnover battle.
He has brilliant speed, and he's past the 40-yard line up near the 43. Ryan Mahalko bringing him down. Let's take a look at that touchdown by number 40, Tony Brooks.
There you see Tony Brooks is going to start out in a good angle for him to pitch. The pitch is made in front of him, so he's outside and around the defense. And there you see Griggs, and there you see Pollard, number 82, blocking downfield and holding their defenders for a long time to allow Brooks to get into the end zone. A perfectly executed option on that play.
So from the 42-yard line, it's a first down. And Michael Carter staying in the game after injuring his knee, and he's also playing with bruised ribs. He'll keep it himself and go past the 50-yard line. Michael Carter inside the 40 and a first down for the Rainbows.
Yeah, beautiful job that time reading the triple option. And we asked Paul Johnson, offensive coordinator for Hawaii, how often is it a true triple option? He says we very rarely call it any other way. You see him limping as he comes back, but he's going to have it on this 19-yard run. He does a great job. He wants to pitch it, but it's so wide open. He's able to get into the secondary. He looks okay running upfield right here, but on this hit, it appears that Rod Smith, number 21, twisted that ankle or knee again one more time.
Try that fullback, and Notre Dame was telling us if we're going to stop Hawaii's offense, we have to control that fullback.
Well, I've really felt that this was the key to the game. As you see the final down there from Miami, 39-12. The fullbacks, Stevenson and Sims, have to give Hawaii about 100 to 150 yards inside for the fullback today to do a good job for them to be able to run the option tonight.
Second down and 4. Carter keeping it himself this time, but it is read beautifully by the men in the middle. Oliver Gibson coming over from the defensive end, but getting help inside. And how much of a factor is this new Notre Dame defense? I mean, Demetrius DeBose is not playing. Peter Bursich is not playing. Gibson did not start. Really, the secondary was the only crew that was intact defensively.
Well, when we talked to the Notre Dame people, they said it was back to basics this week. Lou Holtz said, yeah, that we got to go back and start working for 92. I mean, they went back and they hit this week. And these are the best guys. These are the people that hit the hardest and wanted to play, and that's who's playing in this football game.
Carter to throw. He scrambles, and now he's cut down at the 36-yard line. That is it for the first period of college football here at Aloha Stadium. 14-0, the Irish lead as we begin the second 15 minutes.
Enemy in the open. Moving up on your right, 502. Fire!
I'm 30 miles from the action, but I'm responsible for a digital communication link between headquarters and brigade.
Enemy tank, 10.1.
If the data isn't programmed right, 5,000 troops could be cut off.
Enemy forces gunner.
But I'd never let that happen to my brigade.
Op 4 is eliminated.
All that you can be.
We did it, sir.
Outstanding.
It's your life in the Army.
Oh, here it is, gentlemen. Top of the world. Now, I put my camera here. Your vehicle would face out over the cliffs. What do you think? Look, if you plan to claim your vehicle's as good as a Jeep, you really need this shot in your commercial.
How are we going to get our vehicle up here? Helicopter.
We'll lift it. Let's do it, huh?
do it. Great. Let's go down and make some calls.
Same thing. It's going to be a great commercial.
The The adult world is designed to keep us moving. And while this may make us more efficient, it's not exactly a party. Luckily, technology has produced a cure. It's called a Game Boy, the personal game-playing system from Nintendo, with lots of sports, action, and puzzle games to choose from. And it comes with a puzzle game Tetris. It could change your outlook.
I'm sorry, sir. Your flight's been delayed. Cool.
Game Boy by Nintendo. Have you had your fun today?
We begin second quarter with Notre Dame leading 14-0, and it's time now for our weekly presentation of the Toyota Leadership Award. Today's winners are from the University of Notre Dame, Lindsey Knapp. That man right there, a senior from Deerfield, Illinois. Lindsey is involved in the Christmas in April program, which builds homes for underprivileged persons in the South Bend area. And from the University of Hawaii, Sean Ching, a senior from Honolulu, Hawaii. Sean travels each week to the different Hawaiian islands to speak to school children about drug awareness, staying in school, and motivation. 3.1 GPA. Toyota is pleased to donate $1,000 to each player's school's general scholarship fund. Here is Jason Elam, his career best 55 yards. He did it against Wyoming this year, and he's on the field to try one from 52 yards out. And this man is one of the best in college football. He has it on the way, and it will be short by a good 8 yards. So Elam, who came into this game making 61 of 72, misses his first from 52.
He is really a sweet swinger, though. I mean, he doesn't look like he puts any effort into it, and that's why he's so accurate right here. This was just a little bit too far, 53, 52 and a half, 52 yards. I mean, he put it in. This would have been about a 50-yarder, I think he would have made it right here, but he's got a really nice arc through the ball. And you can see it. He's dead on target on this thing, but it's just a little bit short.
Rick Meyer on first down. He wants to go for the home run. Has a man out there in Tony Smith, but he can't reach it.
Well, I think that was a nice call, though. Notre Dame has been hitting him hard in this game with the run inside, the short pass, and now on first down in a 14-0 game, you can basically put the game away if you get a cheap touchdown right here on a long pass. One thing Meyer did show is his ability to throw the ball long. That ball traveled about 55, almost 60 yards in the air, and he doesn't put a lot of effort into it.
Well, he had hit 4 in a row. Has that miss? He's now 4 of 7 for 68 yards. And he pitches to Culver, and Culver's past the 50, and Rodney Culver cutting back, and Rodney Culver could go all the way. Tony Pang-Kee finally catches him up with him inside the 10-yard line. The strong safety.
Well, Rodney Culver wasn't running like a fullback from last year on that one. He turned the corner. It was a very poor angle by the linebacker inside from Hawaii and allowed Culver to turn up and really hit the hole full speed. They want him to run more east-west. You can see the poor pursuit angles, and when he turns, he makes Nakagawa, number 11, miss right here to the outside, and if Tony Pang-Kee doesn't get him from the backside right here, that's a touchdown, a beautifully executed play. Notre Dame is basically hitting on all cylinders so far in this football game. Hawaii has not been able to slow him down.
That's his longest run of the year, 56 yards, and he already has a season-best 89 yards rushing. Tony Brooks.
You know, you really have to also respect Rodney Culver for another situation. I mean, last year, this is a guy that really put the yards on. He was, you know, the leading carrier as a fullback last year. He was asked to move the positions, and as a captain of this football team, he was able to put aside his dreams about carrying the ball as a senior and kind of sacrifice for the football team as the other tailback and share time with Tony Brooks.
Second and 9. Meyer's going to have to keep it himself, and he will go in untouched.
Yeah. I got a kick how you said that. Meyer's going to have to keep that by himself, and unfortunately, he's going to have the 6 points on this play right here. Jerome Bettis, again, after he faked the football, was able to get out and get that next block. See if he comes from the left side of your screen, and you can see him fake and then block the end man on the line of scrimmage right there to the inside, and Meyer just walks in. I believe, and I'm just going on a limb here, I could have scored on that one.
Well, you know you had that 200 yards rushing in one half with Purdue. Well, Rick Meyer has his 9th touchdown rushing this year. He's beginning to look like Trent Green of Indiana. It's 21-0 Notre Dame.
Another wimpy sandwich.
Not me. I've got Vintage Farms Deli Loaf. It's got real sliced meat chunks.
Still going. Nothing outlasts the Energizer. They keep going and going and going.
Not just white.
Really white.
Not just white.
Really white.
When you want whiter white.
Still going. Nothing outlasts the Energizer. They keep going and going.
Somehow, people have gotten the idea the new Toyota Paseo is a wildly exciting, sporty coupe. The Paseo is a practical, sensible car. Okay, so it has some muscle. And a low starting price could be a big turn-on. And sure, you're going to be instantly popular. That's no reason to do something impulsive. Think it over. The all-new Paseo. A very practical car. From Toyota.
Looking good, get into Bud Light. The clean, fresh taste won't fill you up, never let you down.
You feel it, know you got it right, 'cause everything else is just a light. Everything else is just a light. Everything else is just a light. Everything else.
Tonight's presentation of Notre Dame in Hawaii on ESPN is brought to you by your Toyota dealer and their quality line of 1992 cars and trucks. Toyota, I love what you do for me. And by Bud Light. Everything else is just a light. 21-0 Notre Dame. And every contest, Hawaii writes down their individual goals and team goals. And they said, we want 250 yards rushing, we want to score 30-plus points, and we want no turnovers to result in touchdowns.
They should have had one more, though. They should have not tried to schedule Notre Dame after they lost to Penn State right here.
That guy has gotten in the way of their goals right now, Rick Meyer. He's putting on a show. Derek Branch, he's returned one for a touchdown already this year, and he tries the sideline and slips and falls near the 23.
Let's take a look from behind on the touchdown again and show the proper mechanics of running the option. Meyer is going to fake the Bettis, but what I'm impressed with right here is the position between Brooks and the quarterback. There you see Meyer in the middle of your screen and Brooks number 40. 4 yards in front and 4 yards deep. That allows Meyer to easily make that decision whether he wants to pitch or run and makes both of them able to get outside the defense. Perfect execution so far.
Rick's on the phone getting congratulations right now.
Or renting a surfboard for tomorrow. One of the two.
He was on our pregame, wasn't he? No, he's on at halftime with Tim. Here's Michael Carter trying the middle to Richard Stevenson. He slips by one, and he's up near the 27-yard line. For Carmelia McGill makes a stop.
Yeah, well, what gets tough now for Hawaii is for them to be successful, they have to run the fullback. And you know, they've got a home crowd here that's been looking forward to this game since it's scheduled 4 or 5 years ago when Notre Dame coming here. And they're not going to be very patient watching them run the fullback inside. They still have to do it to set up their running option game. You have to establish the fullback.
Gain of 4 by Stevenson, 2nd and 6. And they try the fullback again, and he is met right at the middle by Devon McDonald, who kind of slipped inside from his defensive end spot.
Yeah, McDonald, number 45, and freshman John Tolliver, number 92, is also this time going to read the play and gets inside and makes the play. You see him. McDonald, number 45, slashes it and makes the play. Now, that's the type of mechanics that the quarterback is responsible for. If McDonald is crashing, he should have taken that out and run the option on it.
Young defense as well. They have only 2 seniors. Carter, again to the fullback, and there's nothing there. That kind of takes the life out of the Hawaii offense and also the life out of this crowd.
There's no doubt about it. Everybody's sitting there wondering why you run the fullback in those types of situations. It's living with option football. That's what brought you here, and that's what you have to do. You call the triple option. You don't know who's going to get the ball, and you really can't change your reads on the go. Very tough situation, though, for Hawaii. They're going to punt it back to a very powerful and well-geared offense right now at Notre Dame.
Elam, his longest, 59 this year, kicking it to Jeff Burris, number 9. Burris has a chance for the return. He's up near the 40-yard line. We have NFL football coming your way tomorrow, noon Eastern time, game day with Chris Berman and all his friends. Then NFL primetime, that's one show. I don't even need to see the games because I watch all the highlights with Chris and the guys at 7 o'clock Eastern time. And of course, we have a thrilling game. The San Diego Chargers will be hosting the Los Angeles Raiders as Ronnie Lott goes against Marion Butts.
Chris called Marion Butts. He gives it an accent.
Of course, he'll be with Tom Jackson from
Louisville.
Smith with the catch past the 50, and Smith's out of bounds near the 45-yard line.
Well, I did a couple of Notre Dame games last year, and I'm just amazed at the confidence that Tony Smith has this year in catching the ball and reacting after he catches the ball. A year ago, he would have caught this, ran upfield, and got the minimum. This time, he catches the ball, reads the blocks, and gets the maximum out of the play, and that's what you have to have from your wideouts. They play out there, they're skilled people, and when you throw an easy play like that, as a quarterback, you believe that that really helps you.
And he really praised the help he received from Rocket Ishmael because he has come so far in 2 years, and he said Rocket's advice really gave him a great deal of confidence. Jerome Bettis slashes to the 41-yard line, gain of 2-3 yards before Lewis Randall brings him down.
Yeah, Jerome Bettis, you wonder sometimes why he doesn't get the football more often. You know, this year he only carried the ball more than 20 times in 2 games. And in those 2 games, he gained 178 and 179 yards. He really sets up this Notre Dame offense. He has to get the ball very similar to an option fullback, and that makes the passing game and all other facets of the game very easy for a quarterback.
And Randall is the injured player on the field, a 5'10" junior linebacker from Los Angeles, California. Notre Dame with 221 yards total offense. And, you know, we showed you their 11 first downs. I remember that Michigan game where they lost earlier this year. They only had 14 in the entire contest.
Yeah, you can see it's his right ankle right here. Gets it twisted a little bit on the turf, and it doesn't look like he's wearing spikes or anything. So if we can see if we can pick this up. He's coming down the line of the scrimmage. Gets Bettis right here and see if he gets it twisted.
Ooh,
yeah, everybody just falls into his lane when he's trying to get Bettis turned from the inside. He's got a 250-pound man trying to turn him, and a couple people swipe him from the backside. Looks like he'll be okay, though. It's really easy to be able to say that up here. Looks like he'll be okay. But when you're down there...
They do have very small linebackers here on 2nd and 7. Meyer on the keeper, and Meyer's another good game inside the 35, and I think he's got the first down. Carlos Anderson bumping him out.
Yeah, Carlos Anderson got bumped to the ground, though, while he was trying to bump him out that time. Option play again, which is almost all basically a keep here again. On the inside. Got the option play, and Meyer comes out to the outside. And there's the straight arm right there on Anderson. Quarterbacks aren't allowed to do that stuff, are they?
Look at that.
230.
Hawaii's turned it over 3 times. They
Yeah,
haven't hardly had the football.
People who just tuned in, the first 2 passes when Carter went down, Jasper took 2 interceptions, and that really hurt the Runners, too.
Smith with his 5th catch inside the 15-yard line. A fumble on the play, but it's recovered by Notre Dame.
Derek Brown was able to get the ball from him that time. It was ripped out.
Oh, he's a big fella, 6'6", 250 pounds, and the guy covering him is Tony Pang-Kee. He is 5'8", 187, and that gives new meaning to the term over the rainbow.
Wow, what an ad-lib. You were working on that one since you went on the plane from San Diego. What, me?
It's a first down for Notre Dame, and they try the middle, and it's Ryan Mahalko. Pelham, New Hampshire.
Well, Ryan Mahalko also got a very outstanding block on that option play as Jerome Bettis came off. He also got a great block for Rodney Culver on the first touchdown run for the short run in the 3-back offense near the goal line. So Mahalko getting a chance to carry the ball, which is also always nice when you're asked to block so much. pretty soon they're going to have the guards and the tackles if this keeps up asking to carry the ball in this football game.
On second down, Irish need 5. Brooks, nice cutback, then gets outside, and Brooks with the stiff arm dragging would-be tacklers near the 2-yard line, but a flag is down.
Yeah, it's easy to speculate, and we can all do it. There's probably about 50,000 people here that figure out, and McGuire's down right there, and I think McGuire's smashing his helmet to the ground as if he knows he's hurt bad.
And what a shame.
Number 76, he had a knee last year, you can remember, and he came back to play, and you wonder if he doesn't realize the same pain and recognize what he hurt before, because when you start smashing your helmet to the turf, that's usually a sign of a guy who recognizes severe injury.
Well, Lou Holtz lost him last year for 2 games because of a knee injury. It's a hole against the Fighting Irish.
Second down.
But really a shame because Gene McGuire and Mirko Jerkovic have just been fabulous offensive linemen. McGuire has held that young line together.
Right, and a lot of time it's a little bit of a situation where you anticipate the injury to be a little bit more severe than maybe it is. You know, this is the first time Notre Dame has played on turf since they played Navy last year. So I know a lot of the guys who play a lot of grass games don't look forward to these types of turf games. You can see how emotional he is about this injury. He knows, and he didn't want to end his career this year. He was looking forward to going into the draft, playing Florida in that big Sugar Bowl game coming up, and now his left knee or ankle, one of the two, and let's hope it's not real serious here, but it appears that it is very bad, the way he was reacting to it. It's one of the things that really make you sick about football at any level, and especially these guys that have put a whole year into football. There he is, the center, the middle of your screen. And usually what happens is someone else falls. It's his left knee, and he just got ripped from the side. And that's really one of the dangers and one of the things that you just can't avoid no matter how hard you try to work out. And Lou is upset, and there really was nothing malicious about that play. We just had somebody stunning inside, and it looked to be like they just hit knees from the inside. No one really threw at his knee or anything like that. There was nothing really serious about it.
Second down and 15. Notre Dame to the air. Incomplete to Tony Brooks. And there's Gene McGuire. And for Gene, he's a senior. He's saying, my last game's going to be the Sugar Bowl. I want to be out there with my teammates.
And you're looking forward after those years of hard work of getting the tryouts to go into the pro game right too. From the right side of your screen, you're going to see someone stunt in and actually come right across his leg. And there's you see it. It's either a badly knee or possibly a broken leg right there, one of the two places. And it looked like it was a Tanuasa. So is that close?
For you to say.
Is that close? It came across and hit his name.
Ma'a Tanavasa.
Ma'a Tanavasa.
Ineligible. Downfield. Penalties declined. Third down.
Didn't that happen to a great Michigan defensive back last year, Trip Wellborn, in his final game?
That's absolutely right. Well, it was in mid-season, happened at Minnesota, but it was a turf type of a game, and he was an All-American potential, and it took him out of his pro possibilities of playing.
Drafted by the Vikings.
That's right. But I think 7th, 8th, 9th round, he wasn't expected to go higher.
Ooh, everybody's moving on Notre Dame. Look how many yellow flags are out there. Mirko Jerkovic.
Yeah, and that's really the hardest that Rick Meyer's been hit all game so far by Jerkovic for pulling a little bit early that time. No one's, for a quarterback running the option so far, in close to a quarter and a half of football, he hasn't even really been touched.
So the new center is a man to the right of your screen, and that is Lance Johnson, a junior from Charlotte, North Carolina. It's third down. 20 yards to go on play action. Meyer unloads, and it's complete at the 6-yard line. Joe Davis with the hit. But that is a 16-yard catch for Tony Smith, and that is the 6th catch he has had in the first half.
Yeah, and that really puts him in a situation where he is now caught with 6 catches, 39 for the season, and it is as many catches as their great Heisman Trophy winner Tim Brown caught when he won the Heisman Trophy. Of course, Timmy Brown did a lot more than catch the football and receptions, but it sets him up for a field goal here. Same play, by the way, that they ran on that early in the first quarter to pick up 20 yards and almost a first down.
Rob Leonard looking for his first field goal of the year, and it is no good. Well, he's the young man who had a field goal block in a game-winning effort against Tennessee that failed. And the Volunteers won 35-34. Well, Leonard still looking for number 1. 21-0 Irish.
The kids really like their Radio Shack electronic games. You won't put them down. John is glued to his sea battle. Amy's into her speedway game. Ken just keeps playing his football game. Guess that leaves me with nothing much on my hands. Except LCD Gulp. Hole in one! Wow!
Over 20 exciting electronic games from $6.95.
Radio Shack, America's technology store.
You came. I was alone. I should have known you were temptation.
The tempting taste of McDonald's alluring quarter pounder with cheese. Add fries and a Coke for an irresistible deal. The extra value meal at McDonald's today.
Temptation, I am yours.
You could hitch a ride on a Comet. You could body surf. You could book a flight on a lightning bolt. Or you could drive the 1992 Toyota 4x4 and get it all.
ESPN's College. Christie Car Rental Bowl Week live on ESPN.
An encouraging scene here in Honolulu. Gene McGuire, who just went down with that knee trouble on his left side, is walking off under his own power.
Advancements of if there needs to be surgery, arthroscopic surgery too. I mean, you know, he should be able to play very soon.
Hawaii football. Michael Carter past the 25 and out near the first down. And the update we have from the Hawaii trainer is that it is a sprained knee. Of course, he will be out the rest of this game.
Yeah, and that's one of the things I talked about when he got hurt is once you've had knee surgery, I mean, that's really what you fear is right away you think it's a knee. You remember all the work that you put in to get back to where you are right now, and you freak on the field right away when you get hurt again.
And now we're being told that he may return. Well, it's a first down for the Rainbow. With the fullback, but that is something that we saw for the first time this year, that little quick motion by their slot man.
Yeah, very different offense that the Rainbows run. And look, first look at it, and last year when quarterback is based perfected it at Georgia Southern and brought it here to the Rainbows.
On 2nd and 6, Carter will pitch it again. This time Seidner cannot get by the outside man, Willie Clark, and he's brought down. And now let's take a look at the Army storyline. It has been all Notre 5 yards and a touchdown. Total offense, Notre Dame just dominating Hawaii by over by Tommy Carter. And there's a couple of touchdown guys. Jerome Bettis, he's got 14 this year, and Culver, he got one tonight. It's 3rd and 2 for the Rainbows. Carter's rolling out. Middle linebacker.
Yeah, Jimmy Flanagan this time realizes that it's a sprint out to the side. He's going to come all the way across the field this time with the proper angles to really play the quarterback. He's not really involved in pass defense right now. And Carter and comes across and makes a good play. First down, but still makes a good play.
Dame defense is extremely young. Flanagan's just a sophomore. Goheen, the starting middle linebacker, an 18-year-old true freshman.
Well, when we were talking about this game and looking at some of the advantages that Hawaii had, one, obviously you're playing in 4 or 5 time zone difference than South Bend is playing out here, you know, and the other was it was on turf. And I think the third is this is a little bit of a different defense that you have, I mean offense that they have in Hawaii that Notre Dame hasn't seen, but the big bonus Notre Dame had was an extra week to prepare, and that's really been looking good for them.
On 2nd and 5, Carter again keeps it himself and moves past the 50-yard line. This is the second time Hawaii has been inside Notre Dame territory. Ridgely again with the stop.
Well, Carter is not overly fast in what you might picture one of the option quarterbacks, a Darian Hagan type quarterback, but he is very adept and has great imagination running the option, I think. That time the play was overrun by the Notre Dame defense, and he took it back behind the play to get it into a 3rd and 1 situation.
He has yet to throw a pass in this game. And Stevenson is past the 45 and gets the first down. John Covington, number 29 in the stop.
Well, with 5:44 about to go in this first half right here, I mean, this is a situation where Hawaii needs to get 7 points on the board. 21-0 is not insurmountable, but they need to get something before this half ends, and of course they can't let Notre Dame score anymore in this first half.
Yeah, the second game of our triple header today, San Diego State and Miami. San Diego State scores the impressive touchdown just before half, and Miami goes 30 seconds to play, and they get the big touchdown and just kind of blew the game open after that. Here's Carter with the first down. Carter with a move to the outside past the 25-yard line, and a Rainbows first down.
A little bit of a change-up defense that came up and tried to play the quarterback or pitch man. Carter read it and was able to come inside of it. There you see Troy Ridgely, who got hurt on that play. Number 99 is the guy who's down, but Carter did a nice job. There you see him, Willie Clark, number 32, coming up, and he's playing quarterback all the way. That's his responsibility, but Carter senses it, cuts back across the game. You can see he does not have great speed like a Darian Hagan, but again, he's very adept at reading the stunts and very bright in understanding what the option involves and who he should be reading.
Well, he's the first Hawaii Rainbows quarterback ever to go over 1,000 yards rushing. He now has 1,031 in his sophomore season. And it's an interesting story what they're doing with Carter and Jasper. They feel both of them are 2 of the most talented athletes on the team. And next year, they're going to choose one quarterback, and the other guy is going to have to move somewhere else.
Yeah, because they want to get them both off the field. And I really feel it's going to be hard to get Michael Carter out of the quarterback spot. He's gained, 12 games of experience this year. He's played at Hawaii. Now he's playing against a very talented Notre Dame team. And that's really going to help them going into next year as a Hawaii football team with this experience. So I think Michael Carter is going to be the guy. He's just going to have to improve a little bit more on aspects of his game as he improved this year, losing some weight. He lost 15 pounds to get the job. He really wasn't counted on to win it. So he needs to improve his passing.
Well, a first down here, and Carter gives it right to his fullback and slashes forward past the 25-yard line, and he is near the 15. That's Brian Radigan on the tackle, as Travis Sims, coming off of a 157-yard effort against Air Force in a loss last weekend.
Well, Steve, you know, offensive football teams understand that the free safety is responsible for a lot in option football. So they put a man on him. This time, Willie Clark is going to get linemen on him. People are going to start looking him up because they've got him involved in the option football. He's not just a free safety. He's coming up to make plays.
Hawaii needs 2 on second down. And again, they give it to Sims. First down. He's to the 6-yard line. Rod Smith, the senior, strong safety, brings him down after a 9-yard gain by Travis Sims.
Well, Rod Smith makes the tackle right here, but you'll see Willie Clark again from the safety spot is trying to read whether this is an option, who has the ball, and all of a sudden here comes the man coming from the inside out, and he isn't able to get the proper angle to stop it from not and stop it from being a first down.
11th play of the drive coming. All have been rushing that football, and the Rainbows with a first and goal. 3:56 remaining in the first half, and we've got a delay of game.
Yeah, Michael Carter just did not
Dead
stay
ball.
aware
Delay.
of that 30-second clock.
And look at Bob Wagner. You know how tough it is anytime you get inside the 10, and then you lose 5 yards. Wagner has seen his Rainbows team go to tremendous success recently.
Yeah, you work so hard to get down there, and that's really a mental mistake by Michael Carter. He's been very adept at running the option football, but that 25-second clock is right dead in front of him between the goalposts. It's something he should not do. This is his home field. He should know where it's at.
They run the option. Seidner gets to the 5. Gets to the 5. He's to the 4-yard line, and Clark runs him down. The fastest defensive back for Notre Dame.
Yeah, beautiful block that time by Eddie Kealoha, number 38, to help this play. Fake to the fullback to the left side of your screen. You see the block, the end of it by Kealoha. And Seidner's able to get the ball, and if Willie Clark that time wasn't able to track him down, that was a touchdown. Very nice execution on this option right now.
There's Clark. He started the year at halfback, and they pushed him back to free safety. They needed him. Second and goal. Just inside the 5. Fullback,
Yeah, you can see Michael Carter right there. He's very upset because the fullback grabbed the ball from him that time, and he had the play he wanted coming to the outside, and the fullback, Travis Sims, who is the better runner of the two, grabbed the ball from Carter. He's supposed to keep his arms open and allow the quarterback to lay the ball in there. The quarterback controls the play. That's how you can tell it's a true triple option.
Impressive drive by Hawaii. They kept it from the Notre Dame offense for 5 minutes and 45 seconds. 2.5 minutes remaining in the first half. It's third and goal. And Carter's going to throw. He lifts it in the end zone, and it's a touchdown.
Not a bad average when you can throw one pass and you hit it for a touchdown. Kealoha, who's done a great job blocking all night, this time comes in and makes a perfect pass to catch it. His first pass from Michael Carter, and he gets a touchdown from 21-7. Big lift for the Rainbows and the fans to get back in the game.
And here's Jason Elam on for the point after touchdown, and they've got it at 14. A flag's down on the field, but Kealoha with his first touchdown of the year.
Yeah, Jeff Burris is going to get called for roughing the kicker on this one, too, trying to block the extra point. Number 9 coming across.
So they'll tack it on the kickoff. An 80-play drive by Hawaii in 13 plays, and it took 6 minutes and 47 seconds off the clock, and it results in Michael Carter's touchdown to Eddie Kealoha.
Mullen-Ax Ford announces the lowest used car bank financing rate in years. Now you can shop our huge selection of fresh traded, quality check used cars and get an incredibly low 8.8% financing. Why keep hurting yourself if you're locked into a rate of, say, 13 to 18% on a car that's worth less and less? With 10% down and bank approval, you can drive home from Mullen-Ax Ford in a great low-mileage used car for just 8.8%. Every day you wait is costing you money, so hurry now to Mullen-Ax Ford, Easton Wickliffe, Weston Amherst.
Murray's Discount Auto Stores present the Fall Supermarket of Values. Right now, Cobra wire sets for standard and electronic ignitions are on sale at all Murray's stores. Cobra wire sets give you maximum power for quick starts. And right now, Murray's has Cobra wire sets on sale at $3 off the everyday low price at all Murray's stores. So for Cobra wire sets, come to Murray's where you'll find more parts, low prices, and great values every day. Murray's Discount Auto Stores at these Cleveland locations. If it's on your car, it's in our store.
GE Spacemaker products. A higher level of entertainment for your kitchen.
Notre Dame has seen their lead trimmed to 14. There's 2 minutes and 19 seconds on the clock, and the Fighting Irish do not have their onside unit on the field.
Yeah,
they're expecting Elam to kick it off.
Yeah, well, it's only a 5-yard penalty right here, so I really think that he probably will kick it deep. But I would be aware if it had been a 15-yarder, I'd have been looking for it right now. What you mentioned earlier, though, that San Diego State-Miami game, Hawaii cannot afford a letdown right now and allow Notre Dame to come back and top that touchdown. If they can go in, as bad as it looks, 21-7, at least they can regroup being on an up note. If Notre Dame has come back and scored, it's really going to be tough for them to come back in this football game. I think they'll kick it deep. Really going on a limb here, I know.
Oh, man, are you? Well, he does boom it. And only to the 1-yard line. It's taken by Clint Johnson. And Johnson has passed the 20. Let's take a look at that touchdown. Michael Carter, just his 4th touchdown pass of the year.
Yeah, what this replay is going to show is all the crossing and all the action that's going to happen here and why someone can get freed up. There you see everybody, linebackers going right, people going left, and into your screen, the touchdown pass. Boy, that feels good. You know, you get it, throw it, just as you drew it up, someone comes open, and you get 7 points.
Well, here is Rick Meyer. He's got 2:13 to work with, and he wants to throw right away, and he immediately goes to Tony Smith, and Smith is by the 40-yard line, and he's out near the 45. I mean, his best game in his career, 4 catches for 134 yards against the Air Force Academy, and he already has 129 yards on 7 catches, and we're not through the first 30 minutes.
Yeah, this is a running type of team and a running offense. Carlos Anderson, the freshman, number 31, was about 15, 18, almost 20 yards deep, giving Smith just too much room. Very good call for the Notre Dame offense.
Meyer. Culver down the sideline, and Culver is past the 30, and Rodney Culver is all the way to the 10-yard line. I mean, they have done this in less than a minute.
Yeah, Notre Dame is one of the best screening teams in football right now. Bettis is able to handle the ball and catch it very well and get turned up. This time Culver does it off the play action passes. A very safe play right here. Culver gets it. This is a 47-yard handoff that counts as a pass. Quarterbacks love those type of plays. And Culver, very adept at reading his blocking and picking his way down the field and doesn't fumble the ball when Sardo comes in from the outside and try to rip it.
Meyer, 189 yards passing. The option this time, pitch it, trouble ahead. Tony Brooks is in for the touchdown. Wow.
Yeah, I think you're seeing the type of football. I don't know why he doesn't, but that's what he likes to do. He likes to run option football. He knows what type of pressure it can put, and he's got the perfect quarterback in Meyer who can run the option and throw and really keep a defense off balance. Meyer, just a masterful job in running the offense tonight, throwing the ball, picking his spots, keeping it on the run, and handling the option beautifully. And as we talked about it, this one. plays after you work so hard to make it 21-7.
And it only took him a minute and 2 seconds. And there's 1:17 remaining.
Again, let me point out how far Brooks is in front of him as he makes this pitch. That's what's so tough in option football, that relationship. Brooks does is get outside. Notice how he's about 6, 7, 8 yards in front of him. Meyer, perfect touch on the ball, and when Brooks gets this ball going upfield, there's no way to stop him.
And you know, all season long you've been talking about Rick Meyer and how you respect him. Now, he has a decision to make. He is a junior, and a lot of NFL teams really like his stuff. And I understand Lou Holtz is going to get together with him on Sunday to visit.
Yeah, I don't know if Rick Meyer knows that, but we might as well let him know. What Lou Holtz wants to know is what his plans are. Rick Meyer would like to know what Lou Holtz's plans are, I think, when he gets in that meeting, too. But both of them have to decide where they're going to be making a profession out of it next year. If Rick Meyer's going in the pro game or come back to Notre Dame. And, you know, I think there's a lot of things weighing in that decision. Yes, you have a responsibility to your teammates at Notre Dame, but you're also staring in the face of a possible wage scale in the National Football League. On these college kids.
Well, here comes Hawaii. Seidner breaks free, and Jeff Seidner's still on his feet out near the 39-yard line. 33-yard kickoff return for Jeff Seidner. Well, he got 1:07 remaining. Hawaii, or watch Notre Dame do it in 1:02.
And he's slipped a number of times in this football game tonight, but at 5'8", 170, he's able to move around and give him a real threat every time he touches the ball.
Tom Heffernan comes into the game. He is the right slot back closest to the line of scrimmage, and Carter rolling out for a second pass attempt. Tackle.
Good job of defense that time by Notre Dame. They laid back in their zones and just played everything off in front of them.
We got Mike Tirico coming up at halftime with all. The 18th rated team in the country with an 18-point lead on the Hawaii Rainbows, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Hi, everybody. I'm Steve Physiak along with Gary Danielson, and Hawaii cut it to 21-7 on a very impressive, almost 7-minute drive. And then Notre Dame gets a football with, what, 2 minutes to go?
Well, it really was a knife in their heart. You know, they worked so hard to get 7 points to make it 21-7, and all of a sudden in 3 plays, Notre Dame comes back with Tony Brooks getting the option play right here from Rick Meyer. The option was great for Meyer and Notre Dame the first half. Notice the position that Brooks is outside, good pitch relationship with Meyer. He gets into the end zone to make it 28-7, and it did not look good for the Rainbows. But following a roughing the kicker on Elam, this is what happened to Seidner.
Now we're going to show it in regular speed and watch Seidner. Do you think that's a touchdown? Well, everybody here in the press box did as well.
Yeah, one more time. Now a different angle, and you can see that Seidner gets the ball. His foot comes down, and then Carter comes from the backside and jars it loose. Should have been 7 points. It should be 28-14 at half, but it's 28-10, and the Rainbows are going to have to come back from a little bit bigger deficit.
So here is Jeff Seidner, and the man to kick it off, Rob Leonard, the sophomore from Decatur, Georgia, taking over for the All-American candidate Craig Hendrick. And he hits it towards Seidner at the 17, and he finds a sideline. Our Irish player falls down, and he is out near the 40-yard line. Let's take a look at the first half stats, and you see the 3 big turnovers by Hawaii.
Yeah, 2 of them were on interceptions that Jasper came in and replaced Carter when he was down for a few plays. And the other thing that jumps out is 361 yards of offense in the first half for Notre Dame. The University of Hawaii defense is not making any plays. They have not been able to slow down this Notre Dame offense.
Michael Carter needs to go 59 yards. Make it closer. He'll keep it on the option. And he's out near midfield. A good gain for Michael Carter. And he is over 80 yards rushing in this contest, and that will set a new sophomore rushing record.
Yeah.
He has over 1,000 yards rushing. There's Bob Wagner, 44-year-old gentleman who last 3 years he's won 9 games, and 7 games, and he said this has been the season I want to forget. Injuries, difficulties on campus. His 4 wins. Carter, nothing there, and he loses one.
Yeah, he had the ability, if he would have pitched it very quickly, to get the ball to Seidner, but when he realized he was going to deliver it too late, there you see Seidner saying, I was open. And he says, yeah, but I could have got it to you too late, and someone could have deflected that ball. So, you know, the better play there was just to sit down and give yourself a 3rd and 3 situation. It's kind of interesting, Notre Dame facing this option team, and then the team they'll face in their bowl game, Florida. You know, you won't see an option if you go back 2 years of film with Steve Spurrier, 10 years of film.
Boy, they had a big win today over Florida State. Carter gives it to the fullback. Stevenson with the first down. He's to the 40-yard line before he is tripped up by defensive back Rod Smith. 13-yard effort.
Yeah, and really what option football gives you is an offensive line that's a little bit undersized, being able to use the angles and come down and wall off the inside, and then Carter makes the decision on whether the fullback has the opening to run the ball inside. You have to be disciplined and defensively when you do that, but you just can't sit there because all of a sudden the fullback will have it and he'll be running by you. You'll see Notre Dame start to stunt a little bit to take away that fullback.
And those 2 slot backs, when they dance around, it really takes the defensive ends out of the picture. Now they pitch it, and they try to get to the outside. Eddie Kealoha, who scored the only Hawaii touchdown, is down near the 32-yard line.
Yeah, I'll tell you, just beautiful action this time. This time the fullback doesn't get it, comes out on the option. Going to put it in the belly. It's not there. Take it out, and then stall, and then put the ball to the outside. Rod Smith comes out, and the speed of the Notre Dame secondary is very impressive. And that's really the only saving grace so far Notre Dame has had on defense, because the option has been working pretty well. Their athleticism has just been able to stop it from getting big plays.
So they run the middle again. Travis Sims, first down inside the 25-yard line. And you wonder if all the things we talked about pregame, Gary, are coming true. Because you were saying when you played here in professional football that you tire out in the second half.
Yeah, I think you do. This time it's a little trap from the inside. Lenny Amosa comes across. No, I'm sorry, it was Peter Pale coming across. And this time the fullback comes in a little different look that you're able to take advantage of. Paul Johnson calling all the right plays now, offensive coordinator for the Rainbows. Yeah, you do wear down, even if you don't understand it and don't believe it while the game's going on.
Carter gets past the 20-yard line where he's brought down by Devon McDonald. And it is all those things that you're talking about. I mean, the scenery, the heat.
Well, it plays a factor. Consciously you're not into that type of a frame, because you're over here to play a game, and Lou Holtz does a great job of making his guys concentrate on this football game. But subconsciously, you're just not running as fast as you thought, and if you were playing a top-level team, you would have problems coming over here.
Well, they pitch it out, and Sims, the fullback, first down. He's to the 10. He's inside the 5-yard line. A first and goal for the Rainbows.
One of the most unique football plays I've seen in college football is this fullback option play where the slot back comes in motion and then goes back and is the lead blocker. This time you come out, Michael Carter gets the ball, comes out, pitches it to Sims. He cuts up inside. Kealoha gets the block, and he's able to get down inside the 1-yard line on another option play, a different recall.
First and goal, Carter with the touchdown. His 15th rushing touchdown this year.
Couldn't have drawn it up any better. What they wanted to do starting out this second half, come out, put 7 points on the board, get it to 28-17, or possibly go for 2 right here on some type of a trick play. We should keep an eye on this. There you see it tripping over. I like kicking these points early in the game. Those 1 points add up as the game goes along. I don't like to give them away.
we've got ourselves an 11-point game. 11:17 to play in the third quarter. 28-17. We've got a reminder, folks, 3 weeks ago against Tennessee, it was 31-14. The Irish had the lead at the half.
Yeah, the biggest comeback ever in South Bend. This time they just fake it to the fullback, and Carter's just going to step around to the outside. This was a called play that time. You could see the lineman blocking down, and Carter walks into the end zone on a very, very tough play to defense when you run option football. Pinching down from the inside, Devin McDonald, number 45. Devon McDonald gets blocked, and Carter's able to walk into the end zone to make it 28-17. And that's the way the Rainbows had to come out in the second half. Now, the real challenge is for the Rainbow defense to get into this football game. You know, in the NCAA statistics, the Rainbows had a very tough time. There you see it. They've had great success here at Aloha Stadium. Some of the things we've talked about. BYU the last couple years. Iowa in 88.
Hawkeyes came in here, the 9th-rated team in the country. Notre Dame is at 18, and they almost beat Oklahoma. Nebraska was close there before the Huskers pulled away in the fourth quarter. So Bob Wagner, he wants to see one more time.
Yeah, and whether you realize it or not, part of it is making this trip out here and playing in this different time zone. And
will we have an onside? It is a time to take a chance. Nope. Elam. They blasted away. Johnson at the 6. And a great special teams effort by Hawaii. Man, they are fired up.
It's time for this, as we talked about, this Rainbow defense to get a stop and force a punt and get that ball back while the momentum. And, they've got NCAA stats. There's a reason right here. 101st in total defense. That's out of 106 teams. And that's really the story of this football game. Notre Dame has been able to exploit that.
So Culver tries the right side, and they stretch it out. Hawaii's defensive coordinator, Rich Ellison, was telling us, we want Notre Dame to run east-west, not north-south. Why, Gary?
Well, they don't feel that they have the strength to match up. And when they can bounce them to the outside like they do this time, from the inside, Terry Whitaker, number 2, is going to bounce Culver and slow him down. The smaller guys in their quickness can get off those blocks and make the play.
2nd and 9. Meyer goes to Tony Smith for his 8th catch of the day, but this one only 2 yards as Pang-Kee came up to spank him.
Yeah, and Carlos Anderson, also number 31 that time, played the play the way you should. He knew he had help inside, and he forced Smith somewhere where he couldn't do it, and he couldn't get loose. You don't mind him completing that pass. You just don't want him to gain any big yards. There you see it. He knows he's got help inside, and Anderson forces him. He knows he's got help, and he forces him to the outside and makes the tackle. Beautiful job by Anderson that time, number 31.
Irish only 25% on 3rd downs, and they've got 8 to go here. They'll send Lake Dawson in motion, and Meyer tries to wing it to him, gets it to him, and Lake has the 1st down. And did he step out of bounds? Well, yes, he did. And back near the 35, 36-yard line.
Well, Rich Ellerson that time gambled a little bit and called a free safety blitz. Number 5, Joe Davis, came. But what I don't understand is Joe Davis took a little bit too much time in trying to disguise that look and came too late. He was free all the way, but he came from so deep in the secondary that Rick Meyer had time to get off that pass. When you're rushing that many people, it's man-to-man.
Play action. Meyer now in trouble, has to run, and he'll gain 2, maybe 3 yards near the 39 as Akili Calhoun brings him down.
That's probably the first time in this football game where I think the Rainbow secondary did a good job of forcing Meyer to tuck that ball under and scramble up the field. The first time the secondary allowed the coverage, the pass rush, to get up there. And as you see, that pass efficiency, 105th in the nation. And as it says, unfortunately for Bob Wagner, there's only 106 teams.
Well, they moved up. They were dead last going to the Air Force game, and the Academy ran that wishbone the whole time. Meyer on the keeper, has the 1st down up near midfield. So after the big 3rd down and 8 conversion, the Irish on the move again following a rainbow score.
I'll tell you, Derek Brown gets a lot of compliments for his pass catching, but this time he just wiped inside from the left side of your screen. You're going to see him just wall off inside and be able to do that, and that creates the opening for Meyer to split the seam and pick up the 1st down. Notre Dame needs to answer, but Hawaii needs a stop. They're going to not be able to march down the field all game against this Notre Dame defense. They need a couple stops.
Meyer on the option. Tony Brooks tries to get to the 46-yard line before Joe Davis pushes him down. Davis, a redshirt freshman, playing very well.
Yeah, Joe Davis did a good job. He's got nice athletic ability. I still question his positioning sometime on these blitzes. When Rich Ellerson calls a blitz, you have to get to the quarterback quickly. They do not have the matchup ability to cover these outstanding receivers that Notre Dame has, especially as accurate as Rick Meyer is in delivering the ball.
You know, Hawaii has not had a break in this game. I mean a turnover, and they need one if they're going to slow down this fabulous Notre Dame offense. And here they go running again for a 1st down. Rodney Culver. It's over 100 yards, or nearing that 100-yard mark.
Yeah, well, I don't know who's calling the plays for Notre Dame right now, but I don't think it's too hard to do. You could basically close your eyes and put your finger down on a play, and it's going to work right now. Pitches, options, passes, running the fullback inside. I mean, nothing's really been too tough.
Been a record-setting year for their offense, and it ain't over yet. Culver, meantime, in the backfield has 98 yards rushing on 9 carries. Meyer, play action. He sends a screen to Bettis, who can't hold on. That's not like him. He has good hands.
Yeah, he threw that one a little hard, but Bettis only stuck out one hand that time. And, you know, I know he's got good hands, but there's an S at the end of that word, and he needs to put out both of them to try to catch that football.
He is a big man.
Yeah, well, I tell you, he has blocked for those 90-some yards that Culver has. He can thank his buddy from Detroit, Bettis, for a good number of those, because he has really opened up some holes for him.
He needs just 3 points to pass Alan Pinkett's 1983 record of 108 points. And there's Meyer's totals, 208 passing. His best, 303. Did that against Navy. Brooks, big hole. Tony's got the 1st down and more, all the way to the 13-yard line. Whitaker makes a touchdown-saving tackle.
Well, Rich Ellerson is really dialing a lot of blitzes right now. Unfortunately, Notre Dame is running right by him. We're going to get a block by Derek Brown again from the inside. Watch him wall off. He's got a guy coming inside. He actually walls off the whole Hawaiian rainbow defense, and Brooks just is into secondary with nobody back there. When you blitz the strong safety, there's no one back there to come up and make the plays, and you're running in space.
They run the option again. Meyer will keep it himself. Inside the 8 to the 7.
You know, this reminds you a lot of what Matt Rogers gives you in that Iowa offense near the goal line. He's able to put one more runner into the attack and score touchdowns. And an option play is so tough to defend. You're not able to use the stretch of the passing game, so the option gives you that one more tool to get the ball into the end zone.
Well, Rick has already scored 9 touchdowns rushing this year. It's a 2nd and 4. And they give it to Bettis, and he pushes his way to the 4-yard line. You know, speaking of Matt Rogers, we'll have that game on ESPN, the Holiday Bowl, as Rogers takes his Iowa Hawkeyes against Brigham Young. And what we really feel is going to be one of the best bowl games. The winner in the WAC, BYU, and the Iowa Hawkeyes, the 2nd-place team in the Big Ten. And you can watch it right here on ESPN. Here's Notre Dame inside the 20. 39 touchdowns in 50 possessions.
Yeah, that's really an amazing statistic right there. You know, they've only missed three field goals, 2 turnovers, and 1 on downs. Really great execution inside the 20.
And they give it to Jerome Bettis, and he has a Notre Dame record on that score.
And I said before, it's really not too hard to figure out what kind of play you're going to run. Anything you call is going to work right here. Last time they ran the pitch wide. This time they give it to the fullback, and he just gashes them inside. The offensive line, you got to credit inside. Jerkovic, Taylor, Knapp, Justin Hall, and the big guy, who's like another guard or tackle carrying the ball right there, as Bettis surpasses Pinkett for the all-time score in a season.
111 points. That's 19 touchdowns. And the point after is good by Rob Leonard. And Notre Dame increases their lead to 35-17.
You made me love you. You made me want you.
You know you want the luscious taste of McDonald's Big Mac. Add fries and a Coke for a deal that's irresistible. The extra value meal at McDonald's today.
You know you made me love you.
Most guys kick back on the weekends. Jack, on the other hand, good. So, how do you feel?
Ready to rock and roll.
Only one beer has the taste as genuine as the people who drink it. Budweiser.
Tomorrow,
we're sleeping in.
Car and Driver magazine declared its road manners are in the import vein, but comfort is better. And if you're wondering what else they had to say about the new Oldsmobile 88 Royale, call 1-800-346-OLDS. We'll send you their complete test drive evaluation on video cassette, free. Because when Car and Driver says the new 88 has hit the elusive style mark, it deserves more of your time than we can give it here. Oldsmobile, the power of intelligent engineering.
Tonight's presentation of Notre Dame and Hawaii on ESPN is brought to you by Jeep and Eagle, a division of the Chrysler Corporation, proud sponsors of the 1992 U.S. Olympic team, and by GE Spacemaker Products, a higher level of entertainment for your kitchen. It has been gorgeous, and if you really squint your eyes, you can see Gary Danielson about 100 yards off the coast surfing and
Calling for help.
marvelous.
Calling for help.
Shark! Even the Sugar Bowl picks Notre Dame. Well, we have Notre Dame driving 84 yards in 11 plays, and their offense is absolutely unstoppable. They're at their average 34 points per game, 34 points per game with a 35-17 lead on Hawaii. And we have some good news from the sideline. The big center, Gene McGuire, he wanted to say hi to his mom. And he says he's all right. He has a twisted knee. He said he felt his kneecap move a little bit, but he is going to be out 2 weeks and be ready for the Sugar Bowl. So that is great news because he's a senior and a fella that the coaches told us is so deserving.
And you can still see the intensity on his face right there. Either that or he's a great actor. Knowing that camera's on there.
But
that's good. He's going to get to play football again.
We thought it was great. He went over to a cameraman. He said, "Would you tell my mom, Judy, I'm okay?" Michael Carter keeping it himself. Carter's out past the 40, and he's near midfield.
Well, Michael Carter is just so adept at feeling those tackles from the inside and just kind of shoving them away. You can just feel those arms and just senses where to go in that open space. He's about 210 pounds. Last year he was 225 pounds. In this carry, you can see him kind of a straight arm right there. Not overly fast, 4.7, 4.75. Rod Smith is able to close on him. You can see very well right there. But it looks to, and it appears that Hawaii has now come up with a system to run the ball very effectively.
He now has 111 yards rushing and 1,070 on the season. And the fullback blasts through there for a first down. That's Richard Stevenson.
Yeah, that's really the positive things that can happen when you start to run the ball wide. That time, Rod Smith ran right by the fullback trying to get in position to tackle Michael Carter. You'll see number 21 come across your screen. He has no idea that that fullback, about a yard and a half from him, had that football. And that's really what the beautiful wishbone teams in the past have in this thing that's able to spread the field and run the option also.
Carter the pitcher. And again, it's executed perfectly to Eddie Kealoha.
Yeah, I'll tell you.
Gets it near the 35-yard line.
Rod Smith really just went right over to Gary Darnell right that time and said, I got to get off this football field. I've been chasing ghosts out here for about 5 or 6 plays. I got to have a blow here. That is Rick Meyer's left hand right there as he talks on the phone. Yeah, his right hand's talking on the phone. His left hand appeared, you know, on an option play when you're pitching that ball a lot of times. Your left hand comes up and you get hit with that helmet. Probably is just a bruise.
2nd down and 4. Carter keeps it. He's got the first down at the 30-yard line. We've got 3 outstanding college football games coming your way at the end of December. And it will start with Air Force against Mississippi State in the Liberty Bowl. That's December 29th. The next night, we've got Brigham Young and Iowa in the Holiday Bowl. That's the Thrifty Holiday Bowl. And it's number 7 Iowa against Brigham Young. East Carolina will go against North Carolina State in the Peach Bowl. And all 3 on ESPN. Well, this time it's read beautifully by Brian Young, number 97. Steve Physiak and Gary Danielson in Honolulu, Hawaii at the Aloha Stadium, where it's 35-17 Notre Dame. With the Rainbows on the move.
We are really seeing a track meet out here right now. I mean, either on defense is able to even slow down the other guys. Hawaii is hitting on all cylinders running this offense, this spread offense, and being able to attack it well.
Carter on 2nd down. He pitches again. Sims to the 25.
He is just mechanically, Michael Carter, so sound and adept at delivering that ball and waiting till the last second. I mean, that time it looked to everybody that he was going to keep that ball inside. He stutters, he spins, he turns around. It looks like he's going to go inside, and look at that ball. Nicely and softly pitched back to the fullback. A very unique play that you're able to run in the spread option offense that they have. And he is just about as good at running it mechanically as anybody I've seen.
Yeah, we asked Bob Wagner who he reminded him of option quarterbacks, and I said Thomas Lott, J.C. Watts. He said, no, Steve Davis. Great decision. And a thick-legged young man. He throws the football. It is incomplete at the 5-yard line, intended for Seidner.
Yeah, that one was a little bit of a misread between Seidner and Michael Carter. I think Carter felt that Seidner was going to set in that zone that time. He tried to drill it, and Seidner had that look of the end zone all over his eyes, and he was just trying to rip to the deep part of the corner of the field. You can see it just barely bounced, and on 1/2, Jeff Seidner's going to get up and say, I caught it. I don't think so.
Well, here comes Jason Elam. 41 yards out. And he hits it well. And he has it again. And he cuts it to 15 points. It's 35-20. They'll call that a 42-yard field goal by Jason Elam.
So much to celebrate. Corbel Champagne.
Car and Driver magazine declared its road manners are in the import vein, but comfort is better. And if you're wondering what else they have to say about the new Oldsmobile 88 Royale, call 1-800-346-OLDS. We'll send you their complete test drive evaluation on video cassette, free. Because when Car and Driver says the new 88 has hit the elusive style mark, it deserves more of your time than we can give it here. Oldsmobile, the power of intelligent engineering.
Still going. Nothing outlasts the Energizer. They keep going and going.
Not just white.
Really white.
Not just white.
Really white.
When you want whiter white,
Still going. Nothing outlasts the Energizer. They keep going and going.
Tonight's presentation of Notre Dame and Hawaii on ESPN is brought to you by Oldsmobile, the power of intelligent engineering. And by Corbel Champagne. We have so much to celebrate. Corbel Champagne. Beautiful diamond head off the shores of Waikiki. The Notre Dame football team came here. They were in the surf. They went to visit Pearl Harbor. And I found it interesting. Lou Holtz was saying last week they visited NORAD 2 weeks ago, or earlier this year when they played Air Force Academy. And there was a funny comment by his wife, Beth Holtz, on the kind of guy he is. This is Clint Johnson. Clint Johnson blasts through. Jason Elam, the last man to stop him, and he'll say, see you later to Jason. That's a touchdown. 93 yards.
Johnson is part of their 4x100 relay team. He runs it at 40.68, but he never ran it faster than this right here. He split it. He was gone to the end zone. Elam tries to pick out an angle, but that's like trying to pick out an angle on a bullet. You're just not going to be able to pick out any angle, and he just gets into the corner and then answer again to another type of, Hawaii comes down, works it, does all the great things to go score 3 points, and this guy comes back and puts 7 on the board just like that.
George Foreman is hungry to fight again, and only HBO's got him. Call now and see him step back into the ring to devour his next opponent. Saturday, December 7th, live only on HBO.
Call now to get HBO installed in time to see this exclusive heavyweight bout.
I want to fight again so bad I can taste it.
You wanna accentuate the positive, eliminate the negative.
A kind-hearted priest and a street-smart nun help the police solve perplexing crimes in the Father Dowling Mysteries. Tom Bosley and Tracy Nelson star in the Father Dowling Mysteries, weeknights.
It is tipped and caught by Tillman.
The waddle.
And it's gone!
It's showtime on ESPN Bowl Week. Air Force invades Mississippi State in the Liberty Bowl. BYU attacks Iowa in the Holiday Bowl. And East Carolina stalks NC State in the Peach Bowl. Live on ESPN.
Notre Dame with their longest drive of the night, and they push the lead over Hawaii 42-20. They go 93 yards in how many seconds? 12?
And that was a note Bob Wagner was right there writing down is don't kick it to the guy that can run 40.63 in the 440.
They've got about 10 to 15 players in that Notre Dame team also running the track team. Steiner brings it out past the 25-yard line, and there is a happy
Clint
man.
Johnson is calling for one more replay of this kickoff, and we're going to give it to him right now. He's got his VCR going. Here you go, Clint. You came in, you ran to the inside, and then you turn on the jets. Whoosh to the outside. Poor Elam right here. I feel sorry for him. He's going to try to pick out an angle. I'm sorry. The Cosmic Man for Johnson. And this is the fitting end of it right here. You done good. That's what you know. You did a good job when the coach hugs you on national television.
Well, Lou Holtz has done an outstanding job with the special teams. Notre Dame has returned 15 punts or kickoffs for touchdown during his era. Michael Carter, they'll read it beautifully, and down he goes near the 24-yard line, barely back to the line of scrimmage where Devon McDonald and Oliver Gibson combine to make the stop. Well, they've had the Rocket, Notre Dame, and they have the Cosmic now.
Yeah, we specifically asked whether we were going to see him much in the pass offense, and they said no, he's not ready yet to get in there in regular position situations catching the ball. But returning kickoffs, I think he's ready to return kickoffs.
tackle again. Ridgely going after him, but he squirts free for about a 3-yard gain.
Well, great discipline that time from the Notre Dame defensive secondary. They've been coming up every play, reading that option. That time, very quickly, they were able to see that it was a pass. You can see him, Carter, he's been coming up after every play, limping on that left ankle.
He has really been a profile and courage for this football team, because you could see when he came back in, they're replacing Ivin Jasper. He really lifted that offense.
Yeah, and I think back to the story when we did the Iowa game early in the year, when they talked about how this guy was out running in the heat mile after mile to lose that 15 pounds and be a factor in this race to even be a starting quarterback. This one's picked off.
Almost. Man closest was Brian Radigan. May have gotten a right hand on it, but it'll be 4th down for Michael Carter. And that means Elam must come on. He has been limping. He has bruised ribs.
Yeah, he's really played the whole year with cracked ribs, and that's been tough on him. He's doesn't have a great percentage in throwing the ball, but throwing with cracked ribs is very tough.
And Elam launches this one, driving Burris back to the 22. And here he goes.
Well, I tell you, I think he put that one on the ground.
Return. You're right.
I think he put that one on the ground. He did.
It took a while for the officials to decide, but when they did, they give it to the Rainbows. And Lou Holtz, who was just smiling after Clint Johnson's kickoff return, is now halfway out into the field to argue with the officials.
Yeah, I think they're going to give this ball to Hawaii right here. Burris makes the field. He comes in the sideline. And he gets tagged one time. Let's see if we can see that ball come out. Yes, it comes out clearly before he hits the ground. It bounces back to him almost, but in the tussle, he loses it back to the Rainbows. It comes out. Now look at this bounce right back to him, and it appears like it's to him, but the ball is free, and you can see that the Rainbows are on top of it. Big break.
Tassi Autele recovered the fumble. Now from the 39-yard line, Hawaii 1st down. Stevenson really bowls his way near the 35. Covington, 29, coming for the tackle.
Yeah, I really think that's what happened in that last series against Notre Dame when they were forced to punt. You know, when you fall behind 42-20, it's tough to run that fullback inside. But Notre Dame was able to outman him to the outside because Carter didn't have the discipline to hand the ball to the fullback. They're going to have to continue to do it no matter what the score is as we end the 3rd quarter right here.
Bob Wagner is still in the net. Guy, he needs to get off the juice.
We've got to pump you up.
Lars and Mars. It's 42-20. Notre Dame with the lead on Hawaii.
Car and Driver magazine declared its road manners are in the import vein, but comfort is better. And if you're wondering what else they had to say about the new Oldsmobile 88 Royale, call 1-800-346-OLDS. We'll send you their complete test drive evaluation on video cassette, free. Because when Car and Driver says the new 88 has hit the elusive style mark, it deserves more of your time than we can give it here. Oldsmobile, the power of intelligent engineering.
Holiday greetings from Budweiser. The people who bring you Budweiser wish you and yours the very best of everything this holiday season.
That was then. This is now. Odor prevention then.
odor prevention now. Introducing the pump deodorant from Old Spice. It beats the leading aerosol deodorant. Actually prevents odor better with a superior formula that's right on target. Unlike that messy cloud. Pump up your odor prevention with the Old Spice pump.
The Sony Trinitron XBR television. Simply brilliant.
Notre Dame, 42-20 leaders over Hawaii. The Rainbows still think they are in it. They've got 15 minutes to go. And they have the football at the Notre Dame 35, and slashing through is a big fullback, Richard Stevenson, for a first down.
Again, we talked about it. It's very simple. When you're on option football, you have to have the discipline to run the ball and give the ball to the fullback. That time, without blocking the two guys at the point of attack, you're able to hand the ball to the fullback, and he picks up a first down from 2nd and 7.
So now from the 26-yard line. Give it to Stevenson, and he had the option, and Stevenson's hip moved off him, and it looks like the Rainbows will recover and gain a couple of yards as Carter very quickly recovered that ball.
Well, like a pass offense, you know, the option offense is a high-risk offense because you're having that ball being ball handled so close to that line of scrimmage where all that action is going on. You're making split-second decisions right there. I was fortunate or unfortunate enough to run the wishbone one a few times in my college career, and it is very, very difficult. It's tough to make those decisions. Some guys just have a knack at it.
And we have talked about it all season long. It's 2nd and 8. There's the pitch, Aloha, and reading it beautifully and making the tackle for Notre Dame, LaShane Sadler. A very impressive sophomore that Lou Holtz told us to watch tonight.
Yeah, he said LaShane Sadler is going to be playing football for Notre Dame. You know, as one of those sophomores, a great sophomore class here at Notre Dame, 17 people that are either starters or backups. And one of the guys that you question, you know, I know all his friends back home are saying, how's he ever going to get on the football field? LaShane Sadler will be on this football field. Remember, Willie Clark has a good chance of going back to offense next year.
And
that was a big-time play.
Rod Smith's the senior. It's 3rd and 9. Carter dumps it off, and down goes his man at the original line of scrimmage, the 26-yard line, tackled by Jim Flanagan. So that means Elam will probably come on again.
Yeah, Jim Flanagan did a good job that time of feeling it. There you see it, the 19 and under curve.
I mean, they are 8-3 this year. A month ago, they were in the battle for the national championship with a team this young. I mean, next year, if Rick Meyer comes back, they are going to have one heck of a football team, and they may go into 1992 the #1 team in the nation. It's 4th down and 9, and Hawaii's going for it. Carter looking downfield. Well covered. Dropping the football is Derek Branch, but the defense was there from Willie Clark.
Yeah, I think Willie Clark made the play that time. And Michael Carter really threw to the guy that had 2 people on him. Seidner had the single coverage, and he really didn't read the defense properly that time, and he went to the double covered man. Watch Seidner go down the sideline. He has the person that only has 1 on him. He could have thrown that ball to the corner of the end zone. He throws it to the inside. Nice job by Willie Clark that time, finding the ball and sticking up the paw.
About this GE crystal clear cordless telephone is that it's virtually static free, which is really great since most of us already have enough static in our lives. Like my nephew, the mime. Hello? Yeah. He's here.
GE crystal clear cordless telephones, because the last thing you need in your life is more static.
He's on another line.
Take a message.
hands were steady. My eyes were clear and bright.
Chevy owners get all the breaks.
My walk had purpose. My steps were quick and light. And I held firm to what I felt was right. Like a rock.
Every 92 Chevy pickup, Astro, Suburban, and Blazer gives you anti-lock brakes standard. Chevrolet. The trucks you can depend on. The trucks that last.
Oh, like a rock.
Too Legit to Quit, the new album from Hammer.
Tonight's presentation of Notre Dame versus Hawaii on ESPN is brought to you by Chevy Trucks, the trucks you can depend on, the trucks that last, and by Budweiser, the king of beers who reminds you friends know when to say when. Aloha Stadium. Notre Dame with a 22-point lead on Hawaii. And one of the best offenses in the country is back on the field. And Rick Meyer has been their engineer tonight. He's looking long. He wants Tony Smith. And Smith can't catch the football at the 23-yard line as the coverage was excellent by Kenny Harper. And there is Lou Holtz. You know, I was telling the story about Beth Holtz. Well, he took the entire group of the football team to NORAD at the Air Force Academy. That's the North American Air Defense. And Beth Holtz saw a sign that she applied to Lou. She said, "Our goal is perfection." And most of the time, that is acceptable. And that applies to her husband.
I think a lot of football players at Notre Dame could relate to that.
From the 26, Tony Brooks. Short gain out near the 28-yard line. Junior Chagawai making the stop.
You know, and keeping with that, you know, in pregame this game, they have gone back to basics for Notre Dame. This was their pregame routine. It's like boot camp out here. Gary Darnell rolled a drill right here. Now you're going to see Lou. They usually have bull in the ring. There's not enough guys here. This is bull in the triangle. They were hitting before the game started right here, and Lou Holtz had this drill. Everybody on defense had to go through the bull in the ring, and he gave a high five to everybody that went through it.
It's 3rd down and 7 for Notre Dame. Meyer wings it incomplete. 4th down. They'll have to kick it away to Hawaii.
Well, I don't remember very many punts in this game, maybe 2 so far prior to this time, and Seidner has not caught either one of them. I'd like to see him move up a little bit and catch this ball on the run.
Yeah, what was Lou Holtz's comment after the Penn State game? He said, "I hate to disappoint the people at Notre Dame, but I'm going to be back at Notre Dame next year."
I don't think that disappoints anyone. I think a lot of people right now are wondering what he's going to do. There have been a lot of rumors flying around, and he's tried the best he can to put it to rest. Unfortunately, Lou Holtz does not have a contract at Notre Dame. He never has had one.
Off the side of his foot. Again, they're playing without their outstanding punter, Craig Hendrick, who is hoping he will come back for the Sugar Bowl game. And Lou Holtz has had trouble with special teams all year long. His Irish, though, lead Hawaii by 22.
Olympic glory used to depend on muscle, talent, and heart. Now you can add digital computer analysis, retinal scanners, and more, and that costs money. That's why every time you use your Visa card, money goes to help the U.S. Olympic team. So pull for the team and pull out your Visa card, because at the Olympics, they don't take excuses, and they don't take American Express. Visa, it's everywhere you want to be.
You demand the same things from your car that you demand from your budget. Both have to go more places, last longer, and work harder than ever. So get the Walmart price on the motor oil engineered for today's smaller cars. Castrol GTX. Castrol provides maximum protection against viscosity and thermal breakdown. The Walmart price provides maximum protection against paying too much. Walmart. Always a low price. Always.
When you're the best, you can take a few knocks.
With the best rust protection, Chevy full size is America's best-selling truck. Chevy trucks. The trucks you can depend on. The trucks that last.
It's the grand finale to ESPN's college football season. Thrifty Car Rental Bowl Week, live on ESPN.
December 7th, 1941, Japan's surprise attack on the American naval base at Pearl Harbor, Hawaii. And here it is today. It's hard to believe that 50 years have passed since that tragic battle. Next week, President George Bush will join thousands to honor the soldiers who lost their lives at Pearl Harbor. And Lou Holtz took his football team over to visit that, and he said it was really inspiring, and the team really enjoyed taking a look back at history. December 7th, 1941. Here is Michael Carter in 1991 going downfield for the first down to Seidner. Willie Clark puts him down.
Well, I'll tell you, there had been some question of how Willie Clark ran the ball as a tailback, whether he was strong enough to come in there and take those hits. But I'll tell you, as a secondary player, he lays some hits. Since he's come into the secondary, he has been the leading tackler for this Notre Dame secondary, and he's not shy about it. Of course, he's not hitting a monster there either coming across, I'll tell you.
It's first down near the 31. Stevenson inside the 27-yard line.
You really have to wonder how Notre Dame would have been able to cope playing this Hawaii team, you know, so far away from home if they just had 1 week to prepare for this game. I don't think they could have done it.
We want to remind you at the conclusion of the game, we'll be presenting the Visa Players of the Game. Bob Wagner has had some excellent examples tonight, led by his quarterback Michael Carter, who is playing under a great deal of pain, bruised ribs and ankle. He sprained early in the contest and still has run for over 120 yards. It's second down, 5. And this time Notre Dame stretches it out and then a flag goes flying. Marlo Lewis carrying the football. And it's a clip against the Rainbows.
Yeah, that's just... Bob Wagner is working on his 1992 game plan also, I think. You know, Lou Holtz has started talking about it. And I think this is the type of a situation where Bob Wagner, you know, and in his defense, there's been 8 or 9 players that he was really counting on for this football team.
Second down.
You know, when you're bringing in junior players and junior college transfers at Hawaii, you got to recruit the right kids. You're on a budget. And a lot of people will just use your trip to Hawaii just to come over and see the island. So you have to be very disciplined and know who to bring in. And he's really built a very, you know, program right now that is on the verge of being able to compete with some top teams in this country right now.
And I thought it was funny yesterday when we were through visiting him, we went to visit Paul Johnson, and then he stepped in and he said, oh, by the way, could you tell America that we really need some good football players here at Hawaii, and if you're interested, come on down to the island.
This is a Bumarewski type play right there. Bumarewski.
And Doug Violette is inside the 15-yard line. Flag down.
Yeah, I hope they told the referee before this play that they were running it. You see Bob Wagner, he's on the field. He has to alert the referee before the play.
Well, that changed ever since Nebraska did it against Oklahoma.
Yep.
Where you have to alert the guy like they do in the pros, and now I guess it might be a clip. I can't believe that Coach Wagner would forget about that.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
Unless Violette forgot to tell the official
that he is an eligible player. Well, you can see he thinks the play was run the way it was supposed to. They're saying that the knee was down before he started the play.
I tell you, Hawaii has not had too many breaks in this game.
Now, I know everybody's wondering if we have a replay of this thing. We do. Hey, how about that? We are ready. You see it right there. The center's knee is down. Violette picks up the ball from the center, number 67, and that's what they're calling. The center's knee was down after the snap.
And the official, when he was told, you know, he was staring right in that area.
Yeah, so they were looking for it. There you see it. The ball is down, and he still had control of it underneath with his hand right there, and that is a proper call right there, I guess. I don't know. I mean, how many times do you draw up this play? I would. That makes sense that that's the proper call.
Carter scrambling around, flag down. Seidner catches the football and is out of bounds near the 30-yard line. But this might be a hole here.
Yeah, I think that they were holding Seidner, I believe, and he was able to rip through and get away from Jim Flanagan, number 44. That's going to be, I think, a holding penalty on Notre Dame. Kind of a unique play, and let's salute our cameraman getting that play. Yeah, let's take that penalty. I mean, maybe we were wired into that one also that time, because we got the little fumblerooski right here. The center still has control of it. He should have let that ball set on the turf. Violete gets it. Hey, boy, it's kind of funny watching those guys just run right by that ball. Dean Lytle right there just ran right by it, had no idea. And you really couldn't expect anybody to have an idea on that play. Well conceived, well done. It was not executed properly, I don't believe.
We have holding against the defense. It's a 10-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Yeah, I believe Flanagan was holding. Now, if I'm wrong on that, please send all your letters to my partner over here, Steve, and then he'll call me and tell you.
Well, here at Aloha Stadium, a sellout crowd of 48,714 watching Notre Dame at Aloha Stadium lead the Rainbows of Hawaii 42-20. 9:46 remaining, and Carter's back. Here's a man open. That's Marlo Lewis. It's incomplete at the goal line. LaShane Sadler there at the last moment to break it up.
Yeah, LaShane Sadler, but also Tom Carter, number 13, again coming across. He made the play on Seidner before at the end of the half. This ball just did not have enough on it. You see Carter coming across right there. Sadler actually made the play, but Carter did not put enough zip on that ball, and you could see the ground that Tom Carter made up while that ball was in the air. That's what the great backs do nowadays. That was so different when I first was playing college ball. They couldn't cover the field like these guys can now.
Second down now. 10 yards to go. It really looked like Lewis might have had a chance at that football.
Yeah, I think the arms passing in front of him was really tough on him.
Well, he has a completion here at the 12-yard line. He went to Brian Gordon.
Yeah, he beat Jeff Burris that time. Burris had man-to-man coverage, and I think that really has been there all day if they had a passing-type quarterback. The two inside safeties have been spending most of their time on the option, and it's been man-to-man outside, and Burris and Carter have done a nice job. This time, though, the ball is thrown properly, pitch and catch to the inside, and Hawaii's got the ball on about the 12-yard line.
Gain of 18. Carter is thrown for 70 yards in the game, run for over 120. He's going back to the air here. And now a scramble. And Carter is busting at the goal line. He's in! Touchdown! His 16th touchdown this year, but he really paid for it.
I'd say you really have to salute this guy. I mean, he is playing against Notre Dame, one of the fiercest hitting secondaries. Willie Clark comes up and lays one on him. This is a guy with cracked ribs, a bad ankle, who isn't supposed to be a great thrower, comes out to the outside. He's been playing 12 games with cracked ribs. Watch him come to the outside, and he puts Willie Clark in a no-win situation here. He raises the ball one more time. Now watch Clark come up and put it right on his thighs right there. Willie Clark is kind of caught in no man's land, but he puts his shoulders right on the left thigh or right thigh, and look at Carter climb over for him to get that touchdown. What great effort by both of these guys. Number one, 32, and now the Rainbows are forced to go for two because of the score of this game.
42-26 right now. They send Gordon in motion, and Jasper's in the game, and he will throw, and now scramble and race in for the two. It's 42-28. 9:15 to go. 14-point game. Unfortunately, the only problem,
They have not been able to slow down Notre Dame's offense.
Not at all.
I'll tell you one thing they're not going to do. They'd be better off right here giving an onside kick than kicking the ball long. I mean, no matter where Notre Dame gets the ball, they're able to score, so you might as well try to get the ball back. Here it is, one more look. Jasper, who has 2 interceptions, does the right thing right here. He says, I'm not going to throw it. I'm just going to run it. I don't want another interception.
He's thrown it twice today.
This was not a called
both intercepted.
This was not a called play. This was just a reaction up the middle. You see everybody trying to pass protect. He has great skills and a stronger arm than Michael Carter, but does not have the experience yet.
Hans and Franz, that's Hans, I think.
Yeah, he called them Lars and Mars before, but we got to give you a break. I threw that on you.
That's Hans Kaili. Coming up tomorrow, NFL Game Day, noon Eastern Time, then prime time at 7 o'clock Eastern Time. Both are outstanding shows led by Chris Berman, Tom Jackson, Robin Roberts. They'll all be there. Best highlights around. And then the Raiders and San Diego Chargers at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. Ronnie Lott, a Los Angeles Raider against Marion Butts and the San Diego Chargers. And they are a proud football team tonight.
There you can see the ball set down. They're giving away that it's an onside kick right here by setting the ball like that. Notre Dame does not have their good hands team on. They're moving them around, trying to get there, but they do not have the players on the field that they would if they were anticipating a true onside kick.
Well, there it is. And it is on the field at midfield, and it looks like Notre Dame has it.
Well, I tell you, Hawaii should be ashamed of themselves for not getting this ball right here. They should have had it. Too many people relaxed. They thought the ball was caught, but it was on the ground. And in that situation, you have them outnumbered. Watch this. Flanagan tries to get up. Actually, he could have called it interference a little bit. He got there a little bit early, but that ball is on the ground, and somebody from Hawaii should have been there for a time to clean that one up.
Justin Goheen recovered the fumble. He's number 54.
You can see the Rainbow players had overrun the ball, and it kind of came back at an angle.
And Hawaii just busting up Notre Dame's try at the middle.
Right. Now what Hawaii has to do, as we look at Michael Carter right here, anticipating getting back in the game, you know he's going to finish this game. He's played in pain all year. Now on national television with 8 minutes to go, he's not coming out. What Hawaii has to do now is not lose their discipline and start trying to tackle the football. They need to just make sound defensive plays, let the clock go where it has to go, and get the ball back no matter where it is. Don't try to tackle the football, allow them to run up the field.
From the 46-yard line, it's second down. Meyer, the quick pass, and Tony Smith has it for the first down at the 35-yard line. What a great game he has had. And there's Gary Darnell, defensive coordinator. With those young defenders, Goheen, the 18-year-old freshman, he started tonight, number 54.
Yeah, Tony Smith, it's his 9th catch for 140 yards in this football game.
Best game of the year.
Absolutely, and the Hawaiian defensive backs for the Rainbows have not moved up on him. They've been a lot of simple throws. He's made people miss.
Rodney Culver sweeps to the 31-yard line. Brought down by Terry Whitaker and Herman Talley.
Well, national televised games have not been too nice to the Hawaii football team. They're 0-11-2 on national television. You know, and they just have not, you know, and the reason they are that way is usually when Hawaii gets on a nationally televised game, they're playing some other big TV viewing team, and has Notre Dame right here, so they're playing their best teams of their season every time.
Yeah, they weren't happy to see us. Last time we saw them, they were blasted by Iowa in Hawkeyes opener by some 50 points.
Yeah, they said, you guys are bad luck. And I said, I think it may be the guys you're playing are a little more bad
Every
luck.
time you're on national TV, you're playing a ranked team. Football at the 27-yard line. It'll be third down at about 1.5 yards. Rodney Culver with a career best rushing effort tonight with 107 yards. There's Joe Davis. Irish need 1.5 yards. They lead by 14. And they give it to Bettis, and he slams forward. I don't know.
Looked to me like he got past the line, and if he had to get just past the line, it's going to be close. Bettis, for a big guy and a fullback, does run rather upright, but he's also 250 or 60 pounds. He's hard to wrap up. You can see the ball got just past the line, and it's going to be close. Let's see, that's why they measure it right here. I always listen to Joe try to call those, you know, on TV on Sunday night in the NFL games. He's always wrong. You got to get glasses or something. This one's made it by about 3 inches.
Oh, man. GD.
Yeah.
You are there, 3 inches. You waited for me to bring the change up.
Well, I said it was past the line. You know. Now watch how he runs upright right here. He gets the ball, and he gets hit. I think this is a pretty fair spot, though, right here. He does get right to the line or near the line, and you can see both the side officials come in and get it. Joe, if you're watching, sorry. You know, you beat me every time we played, and as a professional, I get a little shot back in.
We've got 6:50 to go here. Notre Dame by 14 and driving with a first down. Meyer on the keeper, past the 20-yard line, and he is a load to bring down. Let's take a look at the Army storyline for this football game. And there have been a ton of notes provided by the Fighting Irish defense. Carter with 133 yards for the Rainbows and 2 touchdowns, but look at the total offense. 480 yards provided by Notre Dame. And Hawaii, 3 first-quarter turnovers, 2 of them resulted in 14 points.
This one I think will be just short. They already measured it, so that's always easier to do it after they already measured it, too.
And what do you think? Maybe about an inch?
Well, the only, you know...
you're a wise guy. We've got 6.5 minutes to play. Notre Dame, led by Rick Meyer.
I think when you score 42 points and you're a quarterback at Notre Dame, you figure you're watching the 4th quarter right here. But this Rainbow offense has got on track, and Michael Carter has just been playing a phenomenal game on the other side of the ball.
This is Tony Brooks. He has an opening and smashes his way near the 10-yard line. Will get the first down easily before he's brought down by Lewis Randall.
What a powerful formation that is for Notre Dame. All those big guys they have up front, plus having Jerome Bettis in there as an extra really lineman in the backfield coming around the corner that can run about a 4.5 40. Brooks with 61 yards and 2 TDs, as you see it. You know, he really hasn't been the featured guy in this football game either. Rich Ellerson, coordinator, has tried everything to stop him. Blitzing, zones, everything. He hasn't been able to do it.
Around the side to Culver, and he's out of bounds at the 5-yard line. Career best effort from Rodney Culver. He has over 110 yards, and we've got college basketball coming your way. This Monday, Wake Forest, the 22nd ranked team in the country against those Huskies. They're a favorite of Bruce Connell, I understand. That's live at 7 o'clock Eastern time. And then NC State against the Pitt Panthers, number 24 in the country, and they did well in that tournament earlier this month. 9:30 Eastern time. It's all coming your way on ESPN. We'll bring you 201 college basketball games this year. Here is Tony Brooks looking for his 3rd touchdown. He's to the 2-yard line. Junior Tagawai making the stop. Lou Holtz.
He was really open with us, I thought, in our meetings that we had. Very comfortable. Very, you know, intense type football coach, you know, really kind of maybe reborn, trying to get this program back. Very embarrassed by those last 6 quarters of football he's played here against some good football teams, though.
Well, they run the full house here on 3rd and 1. And they give it to Jerome Bettis, and he just blasts forward. And that is his 20th touchdown of the season.
Well, you can really see why Notre Dame has such great stats inside the 20-yard line. They run safe plays, and they got players that can just carry defenders into the end zone. You always tell your fullback that we can't block them all. You got to run over one guy. Well, when your fullback, the guy he had to run over that time was Rodney Culver, was the only guy he had to run over, and that was pretty easy because Culver was laying down in the end zone. 51 of 57 times inside the 20-yard line they've scored.
Kick is blocked. And the score now 48-28.
one more look at Bettis getting in there from the end zone. Here's the, this is the extra point right here. Just a jump over the inside right there. The
Ma'a Tanavasa with the block, and it's Notre Dame by 20.
Jack, you look great. New clubs, new shoes, new ball.
Well, it's the new me, Bill. New golf game, too. We'll see.
It's showtime.
Showtime.
Hey! Whoa!
Maybe a 2-iron, Bill?
Yeah, a 2-iron. I just don't get it.
Well, it's showtime, Bill. And it's not the shoes, it's not the clubs, it's not the ball. It's this latest video from Golf Digest. How to get distance and accuracy.
A video?
Yeah, anyone can get it. And it's free when you subscribe to Golf Digest.
Huh.
Outdrive your partner with this half-hour instructional video. Free with a 1-year subscription to Golf Digest. Just $19.77. Call 800-367-5800. Imagine the video and Golf Digest. Call 800-367-5800.
Coming up on SportsCenter, they were raising canes in Miami, likewise in Orlando. If you think that hurts, ask Michael and Sir Charles about their pains. The U.S. Davis Cup is hurting as well. Join Mike Tirico and Jim Bergamo after the game.
Hi, I'm Chris Berman. Join us for NFL Game Day Sunday at noon, where we'll look at the Giants situation. 180 degrees from last year. Phil Simms in. Haas is hurt. Jerry Rice, no touchdown catches in over a month. And the Raiders, new image, same results.
Paul Fela now warming up as Rick Meyer has engineered the Notre Dame offense for 48 points. Fela, the true freshman from Sewickley, Pennsylvania.
Got some, well, I can't call it prime time, but he got on TV, warming up on the sideline.
What time is it?
You know what I like about him, too, as a quarterback, is his hair's perfect right now. As he warms up on the sideline, he knew the cameras were going to be there, and his hair was just perfect as he warmed up there.
This is Derek Branch letting it go out of bounds. And we've got the Davis Cup coming your way at 7:30 tomorrow morning, and it is worthwhile to get up and watch that one because Andre Agassi will try and bring back the USA. They are down to France right now, 2-1. So the U.S. must win tomorrow to stay alive in the Davis Cup. You can watch it all on ESPN at 7:30 in the morning.
I never understand that Davis Cup. It seems like they're always playing the Davis Cup. Does anybody ever win it?
This is for the finals.
This is
for
everything.
The whole enchilada.
And then it starts the day after that for the next year's Davis Cup, I think, doesn't it?
Just a round-robin tournament with all the countries in the world. Lou Holtz, this was his team's first experience on AstroTurf, and they'll have one more in the Sugar Bowl.
I'll tell you what's really noticeable is the speed in this Notre Dame secondary. It's going to be one of the outstanding secondaries in college football next year. And I really think you're going to have to think and talk about if Rick Meyer comes back, and I really think he will, as Notre Dame being possibly a preseason #1 pick in the polls next year. They've got a lot of guys coming back.
Well, if he comes back, they really should be. I mean, Jerome Bettis is coming back.
Yeah.
We'll have Tony Smith,
now,
that outstanding
Rick, you don't know right now. He's got a big smile on his face. You don't know you have a meeting tomorrow morning at 7:30 with Lou Holtz coming up. But right there, Lou's deciding what to say to you right now in this last 5 minutes to go.
He told us, I have no idea what I'm going to talk to him about, but we will have a meeting on Sunday about his future. Past the 32-yard line. And Hawaii will start their offense. Lou Holtz's defense has given up 28 points tonight, and they have averaged 20 points. But they have a very young defense, and you look at all those high school All-Americans. Sure, they're 18, 19, but they're going to grow up and really help that fella out. Gordon and Seidner go wide to the right side, and they'll go with the off-back to the right as well. Jasper is in at quarterback, and he just rolls out and runs. Out of bounds, 36-yard line, gain of 5.
Yeah, one little salute here. This is a senior class that's going out as the winningest class at Notre Dame. 41, they're going to win their 42nd game. You know, they're great record against ranked teams, and you got to salute these guys. There's not a lot of them. And you also have to remember that one of that senior class, Rocket, is up there playing in Canada right now. You wonder where this team would have been. Would it have been able to win a couple more football games, you know, if the Rocket was played? Wouldn't you like to have seen, wouldn't you pay to watch a game with Rocket and Desmond Howard playing against each other?
We've had Desmond Howard on 3 times on ESPN this year. He scored 7 touchdowns, and he has been wonderful.
I just hope I don't have to pay for a game in Canada to watch that happen.
Jasper completes his first pass to his teammate. And that is Gordon out of bounds at the 43-yard line. His first 2 passes as he came in for Michael Carter were intercepted. And now Jasper is settled down. Young man from Los Angeles, California, Jordan High School.
Yeah, the most disappointed guy on the field right now is Tom Carter. He thought another one was going to be coming his way when he started to throw that ball. The first 2 ended up in his arms.
4:53 remaining. Rainbows down by 20. Jasper, in trouble. Here comes the sack. And it came from Oliver Gibson.
Well, there haven't been a lot of them. But Oliver Gibson this time, number 56, is able to come in and get the sack. Notre Dame has had an Achilles heel of rushing the passer for the last couple years. It's forced him into blitzing situations. This is the 2nd sack of the game. But this time Oliver comes from the backside. Jasper really had some people to throw to. You just don't have all that time. And there you go, big guy. A sack. And it feels good, too, I'll bet.
It's 2nd and 20. Jasper dumps it off. And here goes Travis Sims. And he is inside the 35-yard line. LaShane Sadler brought him down. A 22-yard gain and a Hawaii first down.
Well, that's got to bring nightmares back to Gary Darnell. A screen pass against the blitz and man-to-man coverage. He told us if he had one thing to do over again, he would not have called the blitz against Tennessee. You know, it's hard to, you're always toughest on yourself. But right here's another screen play. And there you see Sims wide open into the secondary again, able to pick up the first down. It just doesn't mean as much as it did in that game.
Inside 4 minutes to go. Jasper in trouble again, steps up, has time, plenty of room. And he could go all the way and will. 31 yards and the touchdown.
Well, that's what happens when you get into a situation when you're playing man-to-man coverage in the secondary and you don't rush in the proper lanes as a defensive rush unit. They put the blitz on when Jasper broke inside, and Paul Johnson likened him to a Randall Cunningham type arm and legs, and he really showed it on that play, and good for him, throwing 2 interceptions early and now coming back and scoring a big touchdown as he goes up the middle. Walking basically into the end zone. I'll tell you, 35 points and you lose 48-35 is kind of tough to take. But if any team is used to it, I think Hawaii is.
Elam has the point after touchdown. And Jasper with a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde evening. His first 2 passes intercepted. His last 2 runs, actually 3 runs, a 2-point conversion, and this 31-yard touchdown.
Yeah, one more. Once he breaks containment right here, they got linebackers playing man-to-man coverage. They got everybody rushing in different lanes. When he had that hole, he was able to show why he's got the type of skills that they're even considering moving a Michael Carter and opening the quarterback job next year. I'd be very surprised if they did it, but you can see the type of skills that he's able to show as a quarterback.
That's a 3rd game. The Irish has given up 35 points or more. The last time they did that in back-to-back games was way back in 1972 against USC and Nebraska. Well, we've got SportsCenter coming up next. Jim Bergano and Mike Tirico. The Bulls have won 12 games in a row. Brett Hull with the hat trick and the college football wrap-up. And I think the last time the Bulls lost was against Golden State.
Brett Hull had that hat trick against the Red Wings.
Oh, no. Well, that'll,
there you're going to see it.
Crush your son, won't it?
One more look, you're going to see the onside kick, and this time Notre Dame has their hands unit out there. But watch the type of action Hawaii has. They have 3 different people approach. No, this time they're going for the pure onside kick. It's going to the left with 8 guys going after.
And one of the onside kick return guys is Rick Meyer. It's on the floor. Rick Meyer was on the onside receiving unit, number 3.
Yeah, that's not uncommon, and I think Hawaii's going to have this football, too. Well, you wonder if they could have got their hands on it last time when they had the ball.
Dean Nakagawa recovered the fumble.
This was a mad scramble right here. Nakagawa got the ball, but really it could have been anyone. The ball bounces perfectly after the AstroTurf right here, and watch the hit. The ball is free, and it bounces through a few people, and there it is. Nakagawa gets his hand on it. You could see his right hand grab it. His white glove just popped up, and he was able to corral that ball. And we still have a football game here.
3:42 remaining. It's the Wild and Crazy WAC Conference. Ivin Jasper, he'll scramble, he'll run. First down and more. Or was it 2 weeks ago on ESPN, we had San Diego State and Brigham Young and BYU with that unbelievable comeback to tie it at 52 all.
Well, you just can't believe how spread this field is as we sit up right here from the press box and see all the open space that a scrambling quarterback can do right here against you. Jasper's going to turn up, and you're going to see guys just stop in their tracks trying to force him for help from other sides because they know what an outstanding athlete he is.
He dumps it up to Sims, and Sims busts free. He's to the 25. Another Rainbow first down.
They need to get to the line of scrimmage right now. The clock is stopped, but they need to get to the line of scrimmage and run the play. They don't need to huddle anymore. What play they call anymore is not important. It's just getting up and calling a play. Any pass play will do right now. Notre Dame is tired, and there's a flow going to the Hawaii team. They're just running out for passes now anyway. It's just freelance football.
Put flags on their hips and let them go. The shuffle to Seidner. Seidner is to the 15-yard line. The clock winding down inside 2:40.
Yeah. Shuffle pass this time. They caught Notre Dame in a zone, and you're going to see some of the plays that Gabriel ran last year from this offense when they featured the pass. That's a very safe play where you get their hands on the ball of a guy who can make things happen. 2.5 minutes to go. They have all 3 timeouts, Hawaii does.
Second down and 2. Jasper rolling right. Flips it, completes it. Yes, he held on. It's a first down. First and goal at the 9-yard line.
Notre Dame has been burnt so bad with their man coverages, Steve. They've had to resort now to the zone, and the reason is the scrambling ability of Jasper. It's taken them out of their man coverages. They're going to try to force him to throw. Hawaii has passed Notre Dame now in first downs. That's really incredible, the way Notre Dame has moved the ball in this game.
Jasper will keep it himself.
They need to call a timeout right here, I believe.
Notre Dame with a 48-35 lead, but it is getting precarious because Hawaii is on the move, and Bob Wagner, I mean, you remember that statue we saw in his office of Winston Churchill, and it meant never quit.
Yeah, you asked him what it was, and he said never, never, never quit. And boy, I tell you, his team has not done that tonight. They have not been able to stop him defensively, but their offense has been able to just shred this Notre Dame defense again.
Jasper has him down to the 7-yard line. 2nd down and goal.
Notre Dame is up in a man-to-man look.
He rolls out wide side, flips the football incomplete, knocked down, hit by someone at the line of scrimmage as Seidner was rolling left, and the coverage came from LaShane Sadler.
Yeah, I tell you, he's lucky he got that ball knocked down because that one was going to be picked off, I believe. Still has 2 more downs to get it into it. I'll tell you, if they saw that look again with that type of everybody up look, they could hit him inside on a quick trap or a quarterback draw and walk into the end zone. There is no help, and they got the same look again.
He throws down the middle, touchdown! Eddie Kealoha, but a flag is down.
Notre Dame is offsides. I believe they're going to get the touchdown. They're going to decline it. And we're going to see another onside kick right after the extra point.
This is the most points against Notre Dame since Miami slaughtered Jerry Faust's team in 1985, 58-7. That was Faust's last game. And Jasper has thrown a touchdown. He's run for a touchdown. He's run for a 2-point conversion.
It's the same play that he scored on early in the game when Michael Carter was able to hit him on that type of a play, and it got just as open. You wonder what the Notre Dame guys are doing in that secondary. They run so well, but their discipline in watching their man come across a formation is just not there.
Now an important extra point. Because then a touchdown and an extra point would win the game. It's down. It's there. Hey, we've got ourselves quite a contest here in the Aloha State. 48-42 Notre Dame with just a 6-point lead and a minute 38 to go.
We're going to look at it from a little bit of a wide angle right here, and you can see the confusion by the Notre Dame secondary. Looked like Willie Clark fell down on the play. I'm not sure if that was Willie Clark or not. I believe it was Willie Clark that fell down on the play. Jasper's going to come to the outside, and it reminds me of the Michael Carter throw early in the first quarter when he was able to hit the same player coming across the middle. And it's the same play, and that has to make this man right here, win or lose, very happy of where this rainbow situation is and where this program is this year in 1991 and where he can hopefully take it back in the future in 92 and before. Jasper has a lot of talent, and good for him throwing those 2 interceptions. He's going to be able to live with himself. How would you like to have to do 42 push-ups? You got to count by 2s. He only did 27. I was counting every one of them. I'll tell you, if Hawaii comes back and beats Notre Dame here, Lou Holtz might have to contemplate whether he wants to coach anybody again. This might be too tough on anybody's heart. Can you imagine being in this profession, having to do this? Here we go with an onside kick again.
Well, twice he has put down perfect onside kicks. The first was not played well by his team. The second was played beautifully, and they recovered.
Yeah, and Ray Griggs has to be careful right here. There you see Rick Meyer. He has to be in there. It's as important for him to get out there now as anybody else. They cannot afford this ball being lost.
It's on the field, and who's got the football?
Yeah,
They're giving it to Notre Dame.
Yeah, I think Notre Dame got that one, and boy, that was a nice kick also. Everyone you could see, Tony Brooks, I think, ended up with the ball, but everybody was waiting for that ball to bounce up, and it just hugged the ground that time. A little bit of an Irish fortune there right there. It's just like a ground ball to Tony Brooks at second base, and he scooped it up should be able to put this football game away. Hawaii, however, has 2 timeouts.
And Derek Brown signaling to Coach Holtz, do you want the timeout here? Notre Dame has 3 timeouts remaining. Hawaii just 2 with 1:38 to play.
Well, I don't think Notre Dame's going to take any timeouts unless they just need to clarify something.
Myers rolling left. He'll keep it himself.
Yeah, so run all the way.
And he is up near a first down. He gains 8 yards in the play.
Tony Smith that time didn't even look back to see if there was a pass. Very sound call that time. Takes time off the clock. Your most experienced, the player you have the most faith in, has the football under his arm and the potential to pick up 9 yards.
Wow, this football team has given up 35 points and then another 36 last week, 2 weeks ago against Penn State, 42 tonight against Hawaii.
Well, it's mandatory. They don't allow them to have a first down here. They got to have 2 stops.
This is Culver. He's got the first down. And that should do it.
What an outstanding run by Rodney Culver right there, because I'll tell you, the Hawaii defensive secondary came in, Joe Davis, number 5, and wiped out his 2 lead blockers. And Rodney Culver, the captain, made a couple people miss to pick up. Watch from the top of your screen. No, I don't know who exactly that was, but because I think it was Tony Pang-Kee that came in to wipe out the protection in front, and Rodney Culver skipped around and made that first down on beautifully running ability. Tony Pang-Kee with an outstanding play right there, coming in to give his players try to make the tackle.
Lou Holtz has a habit of picking the grass from the surface here in the AstroTurf. That's tough to do. Coming up next, Sports Center. All the scores from college football today with Jim Bergamo and Mike Tirico. A look at the NBA and the Davis Cup.
Well, when we asked Lou Holtz, you know, that was a tough loss against Tennessee when you were in the national championship hunt. Did you believe you had a team that could win? And he said, no, we are not good enough defensively this year. We have a good offense, a national championship offense, but not defense. And I think that's kind of showing up in this football game again tonight. This is a real different Hawaii football team than we saw who played Iowa when they were in the second game of a traveling route when they played earlier in the year.
Just hold on now. And Meyer goes to one knee and then hands that football right to the official.
Yeah, and they really don't have to snap the ball again. This game can end. Hawaii only has 1 timeout remaining, and they don't even have to.
I think that was the final one.
Yeah, that was their last timeout they took right there. They're forced to take it, and they still have 3 more downs to play, so they can run out this game and survive a trip to the islands and get away with a victory, although you got to say that man, Bob Wagner, is happy with the type of football game his team played here tonight also.
Yeah, he was telling us it has been a very frustrating season. I don't know if we've ever had one like it, but what a way to end it. A 6-point loss to the 18th ranked team in the country. And, you know, on a national audience like this, I mean, he has to go recruiting that mainland, and I'm sure he made phone calls and said, son, watch our game with Notre Dame. It has been an exciting affair. They run a wide-open offense, and it's a young, improving defense.
Yeah, well, this has been an impressive year, and it was a very ambitious year for this Hawaii football team. They went to the mainland and played Wyoming. They played Iowa at Iowa, and then they had Notre Dame coming in here. So he knew that this was going to be a tough, pivotal year for him, and he was looking for hopefully 7 wins. But you can see if he ever put this program together, this would be an enormously tough place to come in and win football games in.
They have 5 games in the mainland this year, the most in their 83-year college football history. Meyer goes to one knee again, and Notre Dame is going to go to 9-3 on the year as the clock winds down.
Yeah, they get to play Florida next. In the Sugar Bowl. That will be a very entertaining football game. Steve Spurrier has his people thinking down there, not only now SEC championship, but a possibility of a national championship down there.
Well, Lou Holtz was talking, we got to go back to fundamentals, and I'm sure his defense is talking about just that right now, because they have to recover because Florida has an outstanding offense. Meyer to one knee. He is put on a show. Clock winding down. Notre Dame goes to 9-3. Hawaii ends their year at 4-7-1. And Lou Holtz has career win number 171 in his career. Well, today's Visa Players of the Game from the University of Hawaii, Michael Carter. 70 yards passing, 133 yards rushing. He had 2 touchdowns on the ground. And Rodney Culver, the captain of Notre Dame, 13 carries, 118 yards, and 1 touchdown. As part of their continuing effort to further the development of amateur athletics, Visa is proud to donate $1,000 to each of these universities and $1,000 to the U.S. Olympic team on behalf of these athletes. Well, we had 90 points tonight. There's Michael Carter. He's leaving. Bruised ribs, sprained ankle and all.
Yeah, it looks like his shoulder. And you really have to credit everybody on this football team. It had a bowl-type atmosphere, and we had a great game to finish off our regular season.
Well, for Gary Danielson, I'm Steve Fisiak, Mike Tirico, and Jim Bergamo next with Sports Center.
Security. Only Chevy S10 Blazer 4x4 gives you America's favorite 4-wheel drive system and the security of standard 4-wheel anti-lock brakes. Chevrolet, the trucks you can depend on, the trucks that last.
To have any sport right at your fingertips. Just put this in your hand. The Casio Sports Vision Color TV. It's perfect for the sport in your life. The Casio Sports Vision Color TV. Available at Target. Casio.
From its arrival in the Mayflower and its place on the first Thanksgiving table, it's played a role throughout our nation's history. The Continental Congress made it a part of every American soldier's daily ration. Our first president had his own private recipe. Today, it's served on the tables of nearly 2/3 of our country's families and enjoyed each year by 80 million responsible Americans. It's beer, a good part of the good life. A message from Budweiser.
Come fly the airline that's united.
Straight ahead on SportsCenter. In the NBA, things get downright goofy in the Magic's kingdom. Hey, watch it, a guy could get hurt. Speaking of NBA hurts, Jordan's got a pain in the back, and the Sixers will have to rely on all bite after losing their Barkley. On the college hardwood, this is one place where the butler need not apply. On the college gridiron, Miami hopes to send San Diego into a state of shock, while Florida State hopes to reign in the Sunshine State's second biggest battle. Would the U.S. take a 2-1 lead, or would it be doubles trouble at the Davis Cup? We've got our daily report.